Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. Very excited to be here today for the Tales of Evrand. Let's go ahead and roll the intro and dive in.
To welcome you to the world of Evrand.
The Seekers of Insanity.
I told you to leave me alone. I could do this.
I wanted us to live and I wanted him dead.
I am so happy to see you.
Every party needs a pooper.
Yeah, raise the blade!
John, are you having fun? Hello, we're back. Ryan is here. I'm just slow.
What?
Hi.
Let's marinate on that for a second.
Just marinate on it.
Welcome to the Tales of Evrand session. What session are we on?
79.
Enough.
Wow. Or
Nice.
book 7, chapter 15. Yeah. Before we get into the game and we start our journey, as we do traditionally, always, every week, someone reads the summary. But that's not me. That's the players. And then this week is Rachel. Take us in, Rachel.
Okay. So, it's gotten to a point where it's been harder for me to write my dramatic summaries. So we're gonna do my stream of consciousness again. I'm sorry to whoever who is called out in this.
That's ominous.
Joe is feeling insecure because of Felicity, and he's basically calling her a bitch. Nick said Joe is a misogynist. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. All because we were talking about races that weren't approved. So basically, we're having these issues because of racism. So it's the circle of life. It's where it all starts. Nick even said, quotations, racism is okay on January 3rd of 2024.
Thanks for the pre-stream recap.
At first,
For
I
those of
thought
you
I
who
lost
missed-
my mind.
What we said when we weren't live.
Okay, to where we became live.
For the record, Ryan does not approve of racism. Carry on.
I think sometimes it's fine.
All right. Well,
Okay. We're all walking around
Clip.
Al-Sham. Is that how it's pronounced? Al-Sham?
Al-Shaham.
Al-Shaham. I forgot an
Off to
H.
it. We're good. This is good.
I'll shove your ham.
that'd be a good episode.
All right. Enid and Basil go to Raven's Crest. We go to the temple, Vale Cross. We meet Evrand, the high priest. Basil and Enid go pray to the Raven Queen. It's all happy. It's all sappy. Hi, Mom. Here's my girlfriend. I want to move here. You asked me to change? Bet. Rian, Gak, and Yursa are at the Library of Ayun. They're looking for a help desk. God, I love librarians. I want to be one. Fuck you, America, for making education so expensive. Should I go back to college? I was good at it. Maybe I should. I don't got that money. I don't have McDonald's money.
Did we I just want to stop it just for a second. Did we tell the audience that this is your notes that you're reading?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
that said?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
said my,
all right.
my stream of
Her
consciousness.
stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
It was implied.
Okay.
I
Continue.
okay. Gak prayed to Ayun, and she told him to keep spreading knowledge to others. Super helpful. Rian researched books about the different planes of existence to learn about where we'll be going. Also super helpful. Yursa researched books about the Moon Council. Super helpful. And then other stuff happened that I didn't write down. Then I said, maybe I should have go to college. My attention span is that of a 4-year-old because I'm a bad bitch, but not because I'm a baddie, but because I'm a bad, good-for-nothing piece of shit who can't do anything right. There's a lot of names that are being said, and if I'm going to be honest, I can't remember any of them. We're now at the Temple of Evrand. Enid will get herself read. No one can do that except me. I'm her girlfriend. Okay, I can read her better than anyone. You bitches, you done now. Anyway, the girl said she's not familiar with moon elves. She's fake, smooth brain. I'm just kidding because I don't know anything about them either because I'm not a librarian. Maybe I'd known if I had a master's degree. We're in Stormsire District. We're gonna prunk this guy. We're gonna all sneaky sneak, but sometimes we're not being all sneaky sneak. We meet him, Finnegan Tapfoot, because he's from the streets of Compton. And he possesses a power that he really shouldn't have. We'll take away his power after Enid puts him to sleep. Yrsa's trying to not kill him, and we still paid him for some reason. But now his powers are gone. His jacket is ripped because I told him I could mend it, and I didn't. All he needs to do is get a regular job like the rest of us. The end.
By the way, that guy was a rift warden and was attached to the rift in the Sea of the Dawn.
He wasn't. Let's be honest. Let's clarify. He was not a rift warden. He was just attached to the rift.
He was a rift weenie, dude.
Gak and Enid are more rift wardens than
He
that
goes
guy
to
was.
Yeah.
Well, we have.
Exact. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, Finnegan wasn't protecting shit, so he can't be a warden of anything.
That guy had no credentials for anything.
He didn't even have the jacket. God.
Well, you ripped it.
Joe ripped it.
Rianne ripped it.
Rihanna ripped it.
And it was not as cool anyway.
Not nearly.
Didn't have patches.
Wasn't one made of
Didn't even mend it.
moss. Yeah.
So, as we procrastinated just a little bit after what just happened,
I'm sorry.
let's gather ourselves and dive in to tonight's game. Leaving off the party. Yes. The party is within the back alleyways behind Cord's cage within the Stormsire district after Yrsa broke and destroyed the tether connecting a one Finnegan Tapfoot to the plane of air. One of the tethers to closing the plane of air rift destroyed. As Finnegan walks off in the distance, aloof to what just happened, all of you stand in the Stormsire, a little confused of the interaction you just had with this character, and a realization that anybody could potentially wield these powers, be given these powers, if they're close enough. But as you kind of look around within the alleyways, you can hear Cord's cage off in the distance, the cacophony of voices and yells and cheers. I asked the party, what are you doing?
Yeah, Rian will immediately jump in and just say, well, now that that's taken care of, I think that we should make as many plans as we can to head to the Rift as soon as possible. There are a couple of things I'd like to get. I did some research in the day leading up to this moment. Oh, Gideon. Hello. It's good to see you here. Were you here for the whole Finnegan thing?
Yes.
All right, good. Just making sure.
I was standing over there.
Oh,
I saw no scenario in which me speaking to him would end well.
fair. So I read some things in the library of Ayun that I think may be of use to us. I won't bore you with the details, but I think there are two things that we should get one of each for each of us. I think each one of us should get a potion of lightning resistance if we can find it, because it seems like this rift is connected to the plane of air. And on top of that, I think each one of us should get a potion of flying if we can. Some of us have those capabilities already, but for those of us that can't, let's say Yrsa doesn't have enough time to shift into an eagle to grab somebody who's falling off, it's better if they have that on their person for an emergency pick me up, as one of the things I read is there's no solid ground in the plane of air. If you fall, you just fall forever. But after those two things, aside from some water and food and camels, I suppose, I think that we're ready to go, unless any of you have anything else you'd like to do.
I think the sooner we get going, the better.
Well, don't we have rooms for tonight? Didn't we get rooms somewhere?
Yeah,
We did. Yeah.
but the last
I
time we
think
kind of
I
let a
have
rift
been.
do its own thing, we did a giant dragon flew out of it and attacked a city, so...
Yeah, but that was right when it opened, and this thing's been open for a while.
Well, not right when it opened. Sludge was keeping track of that one, so it'd been open for a while. But
Oh, I thought the earthquake thing was that it was opening.
I think that was the Demogorgon doing something to make it worse.
Oh, because that was a rift that already had a ward, and it wasn't one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It wasn't volatile.
correct.
That's right.
Good word, actually.
Thank you.
So we can stay the night if people feel as though they'd like the rest. I just think that before the sun rises tomorrow, we should head out.
I think getting going the sooner the better.
I'm up for anything, honestly.
Let's get what we need and go.
Okay. Jonathan, I would like
Yes.
to find some items to purchase.
Okay. You may find items to purchase. You are looking for potions of flying, potions of lightning resistance.
Food, water,
Camels.
and camels.
Aw, camels.
Oh,
Lots of
okay.
water. Lots of water.
Lovely camels. Lovely camels.
We'll need Yursa to talk to all of the camels to make sure that they're
I'm
not
on
servants
it.
of the Demogorgon.
Can
I will interview each one.
There's something I want to buy too, John. So, in order
Okay.
of other people.
Okay. 1 second. 1 second. I need to. You know what? I'm gonna save this stuff for another campaign. You find some shops that sell things. Looking for your potion of lightning resistance. How many are you wanting? Well, I'll tell you the price. You find out that these potions run between 200 to 300 gold. If you want to try to get that down to the 200s, you can try to make a persuasion check.
Yeah, sure. Rian will just
you'll
say,
be paying 300 for it.
we're on a very important mission, and any amount you could spare on the cost of these, I would greatly appreciate.
Guidance.
Persuasion. Ooh, thank you so much, Yursa. Oop.
Oh, yeah.
24.
The individual shop owner says, "Well, if you are traveling to the Sea of the Dying, I guess I can give them to you at a discount. 1 second." And he pulls out 5. You can pick as many as you want, but each one will be 200 gold.
There's only 5. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. 5 potions of lightning. Is everybody okay if I just use the party fund for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. That's what it's there for. I just didn't want to subtract it from the party fund and not tell anybody.
Be a thief. Yeah, we get it.
Okay. 200 times 5, 1,000. Okay, we're doing pretty good still on gold
Good
in the
job.
party fund. 5 potions of lightning resistance, minus 1,000. GP. Okay.
And then the next item, you find a shop owner. You do ask this current one, and he does say, "We do have 2 potions of flying, but those run a little bit more expensive. It'll probably cost you around 1,000 gold pieces each."
Is that okay?
I mean, I think it's something that's necessary. So
Yeah, I think Enid can just pay her 1,000 though.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
The
It-
shop
We'll
owner
have a
goes.
party fun if you don't
The
use
shop
it.
owner sees that you don't even try to haggle this, and he goes, "I
Uh-oh.
think I might have more in the pack."
If you could check, that would be great.
Of course, of course. And he walks off to the back, and he brings.
He walks off to the back. We
extra-
have 34,000 gold in the party fund. Nobody offered to pay for anything.
He walks back, and he does bring an extra potion of lightning resistance, and enough potions of flying for everybody.
Let's go, dude. All right. That's great. What a good guy. Okay, so that did make the cost go up a bit.
Yeah.
So it's 1,500 plus
6,000.
6,000, so 7,500.
7,200, right?
Oh, the potions are 200. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were 5 of them. I did number
Only
weird.
720 platinum. I mean, that's just silly. I got 3,000.
Imagine
Yeah, this
being
is the reason.
poor.
This is the reason why you guys are not,
Level
getting
12.
money for the rest of the campaign.
Okay, we are now at 30,070 gold and 7 silver, apparently.
Dick.
Yeah, I've got
Oh,
5 copper for some reason.
Do I have anything? On Rian? Yeah, Rian's got 94
Just throw
copper.
it at something.
We're rolling in it. All right. Cool. So everybody add a potion of lightning resistance and a potion of flying to your inventory. Does he have any potions of haste? This is for myself.
Yes.
May I purchase one, good sir?
Of course. That will run you about 1,500 golds for a single one.
Very good. I will
Full
buy.
gold.
I will buy 1 potion of haste for myself.
Real quick, I thought there were only 5 potions of lightning resistance.
He found an extra one in the back.
Oh.
Yep.
Cool.
What? So boots of haste and then what? Potion of.
Well, everyone adds a potion of lightning resistance and a potion of flying to their inventory.
Flying, not haste.
Yeah, Rian just bought a potion of haste for himself because the last time he had one of those, it was really useful. So, where's that? Potion of haste. Then I add it.
Is this guy a magic vendor?
You're specifically at a potion shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gak's gonna lean in close to this guy and he's gonna try to whisper.
Yes.
So I guess I'll make like a stealth check or something. I don't want everyone else to hear it.
Okay, yeah, make a stealth check.
Gideon's not listening. You can have your moment.
Nice.
If everyone else wants to be
12.
nosy, that's down there.
12. Gak's really trying to be quiet with the 12.
Yeah, everyone with pass perception higher than that can hear this.
God, Gideon hears you and he wasn't even trying.
Yeah. Gak leans in and he goes,
Do you have any love potions?
Oh my goodness.
He looks at you. Yes, I do.
That's
Would
awesome.
you like to purchase one?
I would love to.
Or
yeah.
2? Maybe 3? Looks
How
at the rest of
much
the
are
party.
they?
For you, my good sir,
Mhm.
500 gold apiece.
I don't know if it's worth that.
Think of everything you can do with them.
No, but I'm.
you can see Gak's like leaning on the counter now and he's like,
I'm kind of thinking about what if they were like cheaper.
I taught him that.
A persuasion check with disadvantage. Oh my god.
hell yeah. 11.
These are exceptionally hard to brew. I'll give them to you for 450 gold.
That's the exact price I wanted them for. Thank you so much, sir.
Would you want one for? Looks to the party. Each of them.
How many would that be? That'd be 5.
5.
Yeah, how much would that be?
Pulls out his abacus. 2,250 gold pieces. Or 250 platinum.
Okay.
Gak's gonna do it.
All right. So, Gak, you hand over the platinum.
Do they
And
all
this-
have the little heart bubbles?
So, he looks at you and says, I'll be right back. And he comes back with a case where each one of the potions are wrapped in paper. So you can't see what they are. But he does open one to kind of show you that he's giving you love potions. You can see the heart bubbles.
Could you open all of them for me real quick?
He opens all of them. They're all love potions.
Awesome, thank you.
Smart.
Sorry, I can get taken advantage of very easily.
Well, I would never do that.
I appreciate you and I love you. Thank you very much.
And Gak grabs him and walks away.
I love your business. As you exit the potion shop,
Dude had a real
5
good
of-
day today.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
It's like what, like in a video game where the NPC is just broke. They have like 5 gold, and then you click on them again, and they have like 7,000 gold.
Yeah. And then we leave the shop, and you see him shutter it, and it says closed for good, and he just packs up and leaves.
I can retire. All right. So you leave the shop with your potions, your lightning resistance, flying resist, or not flying resistance, flying potions.
I want to
Good
be
luck
so
flying.
grounded.
Just feed that one to a dragon.
Well, it's like
Um,
it's like Link's boots in Ocarina of Time, where you like sink to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, and your love potions.
Yep. Now we just need camels.
And
Yours
Gak
up?
wants to buy one more thing. Also.
Oh, and Gak wants to buy one thing. Okay, yeah. I'll wait.
Yeah.
Gak was going to look at everybody, and he was going to go,
I had an idea. I know
Okay.
it's expensive, but I think that we have money, 1, and 2, I think it will come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we bought a bag of holding and we just filled it with water and we just have a bunch of water that we can drink the whole time? And we don't have to like carry a bunch of those little.
We have like a long straw
stuff.
too, so we just sip from it. I love this idea.
Wait,
You
how
could
much
also
water
just, like,
is that?
I don't know how much. Gideon, do you know how
500.
much it holds?
I'm figuring it out. Hang on.
He's
Joe
on
knows.
it.
Joe knows. I'm pretty sure it's 500 cubic feet.
Well,
so.
Gideon, as Gak says this, you do know of other magical items like decanters of endless water that exist, where it's just, yeah. I mean, the name's in it. You just have infinite water.
Yeah, but this is funnier, John.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying, Gideon's smart. That's all.
Thank you.
It's 500 pounds or 64 cubic feet. So it's not, yeah. 500 cubic feet would be crazy.
So that's roughly 478 gallons of water. If you filled a bag of holding with water.
That should be good for us and the camels, right?
Would it have an aftertaste, like a pocket dimension aftertaste?
I
One
don't
way
think
to
it's
find
gonna
out.
matter when you're.
When
Dying
you're
of
really
thirst.
thirsty, anything's good.
No, yeah.
We could fill it with milk if you want that instead.
Nope.
No.
Ooh, no, no.
Nope. Milk would
no.
spoil. Definitely don't. I don't want cheese coming out of that thing.
Would it
I will-
spoil in a different dimension?
Yep.
Yes.
Bodies rot. Don't ask me how I know that.
All
No, I
right.
believe you. I'm
Well,
sure they do.
Okay. There are some items that provide an endless amount of water, but this also works.
I feel. So my only thought is that we can use this bag of holding for other things also, and if we get a thing that's just infinite water, then it's just a bunch of water, and we probably won't need that when we're not in the desert.
Oh, so we'll just dump all the water out, and then
Yeah, when we're done, when we don't need
air
it. Yeah.
dry the bag, and then use it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, I think it's fun.
Okay. I think we should do it.
Let's do it, Gak. Why not?
It's been decided.
The party fund will
Okay.
cover it.
Off to find someone who sells a bag of holding.
Easy
Gideon's
enough.
own new bag of holding over his shoulder, just not saying a damn word.
Well, Gak knew that. He was like,
Well, we need a water one. You don't want to get your stuff wet.
Make it blue.
So as you
Ooh.
are, hold on.
Can
Don't want to
we
get our bags
please-
mixed up.
Can we please only call it the canteen? Can you pass over the canteen?
It's fun.
So as you are all
Slap
in
the
the
bag.
you would be shopping in the Suncut Bazaar. It is the largest section of the city that has the most shops. You do find a magic shop, and you are able to obtain a bag of holding. It will cost you about 200 gold pieces. Exactly.
Pocket change.
Let's get 10.
Wait until these camels cost 10,000 gold. So you're able to get your bag of holding. Now, the water source.
Yeah, where do we get the water? That's a good question.
Basil, I've heard clerics in the past, they have the ability to, some have the ability to create or destroy it, or sometimes even purify it. Could we?
You know what, Rian? I've
That's a
actually
myth.
made water before.
You have? I had
So
forgotten.
wild. Let me make more.
Because even if you can't make it, we could perhaps scoop water from the ocean and then you.
Have tidal wave is a possibility.
I think that.
And hold it.
Tidal-
And we
My
just
vote,
catch all the water.
tidal wave.
Basil will just. I don't. How does it work, Dawn? Do you just?
Every 5
Like-
seconds, just drop the water in there. You're like a pitcher with your hand.
You
It's
make a
however
little
you wanna
teapot
do it.
animation, and then water comes out of your hand.
There
Yeah,
you
you
go.
just
I
like
can't
that.
think of a way to make
pours
it
out.
work that's not disgusting. So let's just say, for an object that you can see the bottom of it, you just kind of see it's more so coming up, filling up, than just using my fingers or however it would do. So just fills up like that, but you can't see that at the bottom of this bag. So
How do we know we're putting enough in?
don't worry, Gak. I know.
I don't know if you do.
I do know. I've done this before.
I thought ghosts were your specialty.
I have a lot of specialties. I'm more than one-dimensional.
Exactly. She can
No, I
be
trust
whatever
it,
she wants to
yeah.
be. Don't put her in a box. She
Well,
wants to
I'll just
be
fill it up.
a water cleric now. She can be one.
Never heard of a water cleric. Cool.
Well, now you have.
I
I'm
just
the first water cleric.
I just know that Clara said that something to not overfill a bag of holding.
What happens if you do?
I think it like explodes or something.
That's even more hilarious.
So does it explode like a magical explosion, or does it like explode with whatever? Would it just be like a water?
And see, this is
As
why
you
we should have
say
went with
that.
tidal wave.
Just don't put too much in, Basil.
Can we say
Have you been
that
counting?
fills up halfway, or like? Yeah, Basil is a math girl.
Okay, if I
Um,
put in 6 gallons a minute,
John, can I just say that Basil put in the great exact pinpoint amount right before it explodes?
Okay, so since you worded it that way,
The-
I really
to the
want to have
last
you
drop.
roll for it. I really want to have you roll for this.
Is create or destroy water a ritual spell?
No.
No. So it only generates 10 gallons of water at a time. So in order to fill it, you'd have to
Wait.
cast it 6 times.
36 seconds. We got time.
That's fine.
What level spell is it?
1.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does the amount change if you upcast it?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. An additional 10 gallons of water. So there's no gain. There's no like exponential gain. It's
Then I would like to rest before we do anything major because I'll be using 6 of my spell slots for water.
Well, we're already partway through the day, so I don't think we're going to get like that far if we start traveling anyway. So
Okay.
that shouldn't be a problem.
So I
So
have.
Basil,
Yeah.
yeah, you cast Create Destroy Water and create water within the bag of holding. With the help of some mathematics, Gideon standing right next to you with your pad and kind of like, okay, so this is how much you should be able to do. You are able to not pinpoint like accuracy, like Gak, I'll say it's at a certain point, you just kind of put your hand in the bag of holding and you can actually feel the water and you're like, okay, stop.
Can Enid be
spend-
looking for a big straw?
Did we make a Stanley Cup? Is that what we are?
Yeah.
We are those girlies.
It's gonna
We
keep it all
are.
cold.
Cute
I
and
want
durable.
a big straw, John.
Does the bag of holding insulate?
we could probably find bamboo straws. I mean, that'd probably be, and then it's biodegradable.
That's true.
The bag of holding does not insulate. That's why there's a bag of colding.
How much is a bag of colding?
Where's
A
my
little
straw?
bit more than a bag of holding. You can find your straw if you just take one of the umbrellas from one of the vendors, I guess, if you want a giant straw. Or you can just get a normal straw.
I like
think
the
we need a
bamboo
big one.
shoe. Is there bamboo here? Can I get a bamboo
No.
shoe? No.
No, that was Northern Syria. This is the desert.
Okay, desert, right.
Is
no
there an
desert bamboo.
exotic bamboo vendor?
It's,
Wait.
it's on the same continent.
There's
What if we
papyrus.
get like a little seashell that we can
there
tie to the ties on the outside?
Can I get
And
a
then we'll
shoe of
just
papyrus,
scoop.
please?
I mean, I just think we
Wait,
could get a
could-
cup.
Couldn't you just
God,
use a
I need-
hand at
I
that
need a
point?
papyrus. I need
I
a
feel we-
papyrus.
We've officially taken this too far.
John,
That's literally like a reed.
hey DM,
There's
I'm gonna
reeds in
buy
the
a big
desert.
cup.
I'd like to exchange the bag of holding for a bag of colding.
No refunds.
I'm gonna buy a big cup.
Rian's just gonna use his hands if that makes things any better.
Yeah, we can all share a big
We
cup.
all have
it's
cups.
fine.
I'm not
We all
leaving
have
this city
cups.
till I
Oh,
get
no,
my
no.
fucking reed.
Gak can make the spoons, and we can just use the spoons.
I'll try to make them bigger.
It will be
I'll
great
make a
for
ladle.
the,
Spoons.
it will be great
Spoons.
for the environment because it'll just disappear, so it doesn't have to go into like any landfills.
That's true.
All right.
What's a landfill?
I'm fine with not having my reed
They still
anymore.
have those here, I'm sure, Gideon.
I've never seen one.
I'm
I'm gonna make
satiated.
a ladle.
Are you there, God? It's me, Felicity.
So how much for camels?
Well, we have to vet the camels first.
And are you
Oh,
willing
no,
to
we
walk a
don't.
mile for a camel?
At the
Wait,
jungle
wait,
my
yours
pass?
can
gosh.
be a camel, guys.
What?
Yours can be a camel.
Oh, camels have water in their humps.
They
We
do.
could have just used that.
Gak, how did you? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Don't. Just don't.
That's what Dio told me when we were skating
we'll
on the
get
boat.
to
Yeah,
that
that
next week.
makes much more sense.
I would not repeat that.
So, I don't even know what you guys have anymore, but you have it.
We have a bag of holding filled with 500 pounds of water,
And silly straws.
and we have some.
And
We have
Stanley
cups.
apparently. um, it is, yeah. You're able to get metal cups from a guy named Stanley. You are able to find camels to traverse the desert. There are
Not
other
sponsored.
options. There are other options than camels.
Mm,
Camels are the most reliable, but one of the slowest.
mm.
There are these like insectoid-looking creatures that are known as sand striders. They're like almost like I don't want to say they look exactly like crickets, but they're like large insects that you can ride on. There are also large lizards. There are Exactly. There are also relic sloths, which some of you know are specifically used for individuals who are dungeon delving or looking for, well, they get their name looking for relics because they can carry quite a bit more than any mount here, even camels. So if you want to go with camels, that is fine. There are faster modes of transportation. Camels can hold 2 people. The sand striders and the desert lizards hold 1. The relic sloths can hold 3.
Hey, Yursa,
Yes.
would you be willing to sort of check in with them to see which ones are most okay with going into the desert?
Well, yes, I will say I feel like all of these creatures are very well versed in desert travel.
I just want to
I'm
make
getting
sure
this
that
one.
whichever goes out there is most excited, perhaps, you know? Maybe the one that hasn't been out in a while.
Yeah, I want one that wants to go.
Yursa goes over to the various animals. And she just speaks to the crowd. Okay. And she says, "Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. You look great. So my name is Yursa Moonglade, and these are my lovely friends, and we are going on a fabulous trip through the desert, to a potentially hazardous location, but a wonderful trip nonetheless because it'll be spent amongst friends. So, I was wondering who amongst you would like to join us for this potentially hazardous journey, but very rewarding? Just raise a hand. Paw or hoof. Claw?
Mandible?
And she just waits.
One of the camels says, "Well, I was there not too long ago. Wouldn't mind visiting it again."
That's perfect. You already know the right direction. And what is your name, sir?
I'm a camel.
All right, Camel. Well, you are joining our team.
The lizard says, "I haven't been out there before. I would love to go."
Okay. We love enthusiasm, and that I think is the energy we need to get us through. You, sir, are also on the team. So let's see. That
The-
carries two.
The
We
sand
need a couple
strider
more.
speaks up.
Get one of everyone.
The insect says, "That's it. You don't it doesn't actually speak."
Yursa nods and she says, "Can I have a click for yes and 2 clicks for no?" Oh, great! Okay, so camels carry 2 people, and our lizard friend 1, and our licky friend is 1. So
And
we
the
need
relic
1 more.
sloth speaks up.
Jesus Christ.
If you're going on an adventure, I would love to go.
Oh! Well, you just warmed my heart. All right, and Nursa looks at the rest of the party. It seems like everyone wants to go.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yay! Okay, so that's every.
The camel
enough.
says, because the spell's still going, "Will there be water?"
Oh, we have plenty of water.
Smacks
Does the
our
camel ask it
waterbed
about
of a.
He is. He wants
Tell
to
me-
make sure there's going to be water.
Tell him he has some in his humps.
Tell him we have 500 pounds.
The camel also speaks up. The other camel speaks up. "We're not going to the tornado, are we?"
Well, yes. That's the potentially hazardous part.
"I'd like to stay."
That's okay. I think we have plenty of others who are willing to go. So, 1 second. Yursa looks at her party. Okay. So, we have a camel, this rune sloth, and this strider that are willing to go. What would we like to do?
I thought the lizard wanted to go.
The clicky click one?
Yes, I think they're called. Wait, they
Sand
want to go.
striders are the insects. Desert lizards are the, well, self-explanatory.
So we
Can
have
we
a
say
camel.
anything?
We have a camel.
he
that
went.
fits
He went.
the
Yeah, I really want to go. God
Oh
damn it.
yeah, that fucking guy. I love that guy.
He was on
Yeah.
speed.
Okay, so we have options. What are we thinking
So,
here, team?
but that's enough for everybody because that's 2 on the camel, 1 each on the lizard and bug. Wait, or do we need 1 more? Because then that's 3.
Rian's gonna ride
So-
Hikari.
Oh,
Okay.
I still don't think I did the math right.
Well,
Yeah,
the rune sloth can carry 3 people,
Right.
And
That's- I
then-
think we have this number.
and then we can have, because we have 3 on the rune sloth, 1 on the camel, 1 on the insect.
No, 2 can fit on the camel.
Well, yeah, but you know, I mean, if we have enough space,
Oh, I get.
might
I
as
mean,
well.
whatever. Yeah.
I will say, Hikari,
Mm-hmm.
if she's not flying, is going to be a little bit more difficult for her. She is not used to walking in sand, and she's a hippogriff.
Okay,
Okay.
real
then
quick.
That's still enough.
Yeah, that's still fine. So
No,
then
she's a griffin. I'm sorry.
the griffin, yeah. That's okay. It's same principle is applicable. So then we could have 3 rune sloth, lizard, insect, and camel, and we're good to go. And then just 1 person's on the camel.
So, I will say, what we just did is get 1 creature from all the different speeds.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's gonna have to slow down to the speed of the camel.
No, the relic sloth, technically.
Yeah.
The relic sloth is the slowest.
Is that still faster than us walking?
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, then that's fine.
I didn't know what a relic sloth looked like. That's great. I definitely want
I'm
to
gonna look it
bring
up.
one of those
Relic
things.
sloth. Relics.
These
Aww.
are one of my. That's one of my
Oh my
favorite
God.
creatures.
I want to
Star
ride that
Wars.
one. He's so cute.
Oh, I
knuckles.
love him.
I'd also like to be on the relic sloth because Gideon wants to work on something while we're traveling, so he'd like his hands free, if that's all right.
Relic sloth.
So then Basil gets the insect,
I'll take the lizard.
right?
Wait, which one's the clicky click?
The insect.
The
That didn't-
lizard.
The insect.
Okay, yeah.
I guess
I'm an
Rian's
insect.
riding a camel.
And will Gak be on the sloth then?
Join us.
Yeah.
Join us on the sloth.
Cool.
I think I would like that.
Okay, so the individual at the stalls for these creatures does notice Yrsa talking to all of them, and initially is asking questions, and then you guys are purchasing just one last time 1 sand strider, which looks like this.
Ooh.
All right, have fun with that, Basil.
A desert lizard, which is literally just the lizard from Star Wars.
Oh, cool.
1 relic sloth,
Mhm.
1 camel.
Yep.
You're
Yes.
literally getting 1 of each?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in total,
Oh shit.
it will
We
cost the
pay.
party 3,500 gold pieces.
Sounds good.
That's not bad.
We're at 25k gold.
And John, funny enough, this is what our party looks like for the next campaign.
I'm a camel man. I'm the guy from all
a
the smoking
sloth.
ads.
Okay.
That's why earlier I said, "Are you willing to walk a mile for a camel?" But that was a joke that none of us got because they stopped advertising cigarettes when we were alive.
Oh yeah.
True.
The individual does say that you can pick these animals up, or at least, get them for your journey tomorrow morning, because you do tell him that you are staying the night. This is your sand lizard, by the way, or desert lizard.
Oh,
Aw.
cute.
Oh, he's kind of chunky.
Yeah.
He is a chunky boy.
He's got white
I
neck.
need a big boy. Give me a big boy.
So you gain your items, your potions, your mounts. What are you doing now?
I guess go rest.
Yeah, just go to bed.
That's his name, Chubbs.
Chubs.
Little chubs.
Chubs. Chub,
What
chub.
time is it?
It's probably about like 3:30 in the afternoon. I will say this, I forgot to mention. As you guys are kind of, walking around during this day, you just made port here. You do notice, especially those who are wearing armor, that it is hot. It is very hot. And throughout the day, you're finding yourself kind of like trying to readjust yourself and kind of pulling your armor away from your body so that you can, the sweat can be released. If you travel into the desert, specifically with the clothing you're wearing, which you were wearing from a colder climate, things might get a little bit different, or difficult, sorry.
Shopping trip.
Okay.
Sounds like it. Fashion
Yep.
show.
I
We're
will
gonna
say-
do more shopping, John.
I will say that Gak and Yursa are really the only two who are not feeling as much of a difference because you wear flowing clothing.
Woo! I still
Alright.
want new clothes.
Pinterest. Let's
Yep.
go.
Yeah,
Same
I
box.
already pulled it up.
All right, yeah, we're doing it.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
Is there like a magical clothing store?
Of course.
Cool. Gak's going there.
Okay. And you are looking for?
He's gonna walk in and be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
I'm fine. Are you here to purchase clothing? I'd assume
Yeah.
so.
Yes. So we're going to be going further into the desert, and this cloak's really nice, as you can see. But
Very.
it'll be a little warm. However, this is a magical cloak that protects me. And I want to get something that's maybe not a cloak, that's just like a little cooler, so I can wear it in the hot and not be burning up. But I want it
understand.
to keep protecting me if you have something like that.
The tiefling woman in front of you, her dark red skin and her horns that kind of curl backwards, and this very bright, vibrant purple hair, looks at you. and s- I could figure out something. You say you want the properties of protection still.
Yeah, I would. It has been very helpful for me. So I
Would
don't
you
wanna
just like
lose
to
that.
dye that one?
To dye it?
Change its color.
No, I was wanting because I just don't want to be wearing a big long cloak in the heat. So I was looking for like a shirt or something.
I'll find you something. 1 second. She goes towards one of the back areas, and you can hear her from the distance. Do you want a specific color?
I always like blue and I like yellow.
After a little bit, she does return, Gak, with not a shirt, but almost like silken robes that kind of give the same silhouette as the coat you wear, but they're much more flowy, and you can even just see as she's moving it around that the light can pass straight through it, and it shimmers almost like this this pearlescence to it. It is currently right now a white, gray, and black robe. But as she lays it on the counter, this is a cloak of protection, robe of protection. You said yellows and blues.
Yeah, kind of like, I don't know, you can see my outfit. I like those colors.
She places her hands onto the robes and kind of moves her hands inwards. And as she does that, emanating from her fingertips, you watch the gray and white color turn into vibrant, like baby blue at the very top that gradients into a darker blue that then gradients into like a blue-green that gradients from a green into a yellow at the bottom of the tips of all of the robes. Will this suffice?
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that.
Well, and she kind of gestures her hand, and you see the silken robe kind of fold itself up and place itself on the table. This will do the exact same thing as your robe, cloak.
Awesome.
It will cost a little bit. This will run you about 7,500 gold pieces.
I think that's fine.
Very well. Would you like me to package up your coat?
The one I'm wearing right now?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Gak's gonna start taking it off.
She walks over behind you and starts to help you take it off.
Oh,
And
thank
as she
you.
does, she kind of folds it. And as she's folding it, you can see she uses magic to fold it perfectly as it like kind of floats and sits on the table. As she takes the other robe and places it over you, Gak, you can feel. You didn't feel it before because you've worn this jacket forever. You've worn it every single day. But as she places this robe on you of this unknown material, you don't feel it go on. But you can, as you move your arms, you can feel it, the silk and the fabric moving. But it's almost like weightless. And even the small breeze that comes through here, you can feel it kind of disperse on your body a lot easier and kind of cooling you down a little bit. You have a new robe of protection.
Hey, sick.
Thank you so much.
Is everyone else with him?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Enid would be shopping for the flowy, billowing attire.
I mean, same.
Guys, we could all get
shopping
matching
for us.
robes.
Oh my gosh, we could.
And all of you, are you looking for something similar?
Not exactly. I need something that flows, obviously, to help keep the heat off, but also can protect me from the sun. And she'll like show her arm that has like has the burn scars. Heat can really affect my or this particular spot. So something that allows me to move but won't keep the heat in.
Okay.
I'm looking at harem pants outfit, just so everyone knows. I'm trying to find the one.
Yeah, I posted the outfit I like.
Yeah, I see the
Yeah.
art coming through. She's able to get each one of these items, and if she doesn't have it, you watch her magically make it on the spot. Another point in time in Al Shaham that you're realizing how potent magic is in the city. You've never seen anyone just make clothing. And you watch as this seamstress just almost like silk is emanating from her fingertips. She makes each and every one of your new attire to the specifications, and you also get from these individual things, you get advantage on Constitution saving throws as it pertains to heat exhaustion.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, very nice. Thank you. Are they all the monies?
Oh yeah, total. I mean, so each one of your outfits costs around 7,500 gold.
Jeez.
Okay.
Where's my monies? Oh, yeah. Yours is just gonna pay for her own with her own money.
Same.
Cause I got cash.
Rian invested all of his money in property, so and it hasn't. Have I gotten?
Ursa will buy
have I
his
gotten
outfit for
checks
him.
yet from the trading company? Is it paying dividends to its lead investor? I mean,
Have you been back to the place?
no, but aren't there banks? You said there were banks.
I can buy your thing.
All right.
You said we didn't have to go back to the same place all the time.
That's true, but also the place you set up is in the Valamine Empire, and you've been in the Eastvarian Kingdom this whole time.
Ursa purchases Rand's
Well, damn.
outfit.
Thanks,
remove it
Ursa.
first.
Yeah, I'm paying for my own. It's fine.
There may be money sitting there for you. You just haven't been back. Rian's gonna go back and be like, 5 gold?
Damn.
It's a really narrow profit margin. All right, we're in Hombafort. This is the place you picked. It was sentimental.
Okay. So, each one of you get new attire for your adventure into the Sea of the Dying. And I always like these little turning points in the campaign when everyone gets their new outfits. I love that.
I think I
Here
settled
we
on
go.
mine. I don't know.
Drop the art.
I'm gonna drop my art. My Rian's face looks a little chatty for my taste, but that's all right.
I will ask, has Yursa's, like, hair and skin changed since she's been in Siri?
Yeah, I mean it would be mainly her hair, just adjusting to the temperature is the thing. So like here, it's weird because her hair is like almost like a blonde color at this point, like a platinum blonde.
Slay. Love that.
Yeah. We're about to be real reflective out here in the desert. But she is still like that tealy. Her skin tone doesn't usually tend to change more, so just the color of her hair and the flowers that grow in her hair.
Awesome.
Gee.
So,
Blondes have more fun.
You
I
walk
guess.
out. As you walk out of the tailor shop, you can instantly feel the wind, and it's starting to cool down. You don't feel like you're stuck inside of a small confined area where you're just sweating, and it feels a lot better as you step out here. And as you walk through back towards Sailor Run to the Nibbly Fish, are you guys eating and drinking in this evening, or are you just kind of going to bed? It would be around 5:30-ish.
Oh, we'd have a family dinner, of course.
Okay.
Compliment each other's new outfits.
Of course. So, as you sit there and eat your food, 1 second. Sorry. As you are eating, food and drinks are brought. Is there anything you guys want to talk about, or just kind of relishing in the evening for now?
Dude, call me chopped up
Enid?
pickle because I'm relishing.
Yeah. Basil would probably talk about her trip to Raven's Crest.
Enid would. I don't know if Gideon had any particular thoughts about like the Moon Court plan, but since he was out doing his cape thing at that time, and Ryan, I don't know if you remember from last session, but we basically
I do.
were like, I figured. So yeah, she'll loop him in on like the kind of like we'll go in and try and like be political plan, and like maybe you can be like the lawyer vibe, you know?
I mean, I don't think we need to get into it. Gideon
Yeah.
would voice a lot of concern because regardless of what he knows, the Fae play by their own rules, and Gideon does not know their rules.
So we need to get a Fey lawyer.
A lawyer.
I'll look through my
A
contacts.
foyer.
Ian
there
is like,
any
all right, fine,
billboards
I'll
up and
represent
about?
myself.
Well, I mean, when we get there, I'm sure maybe we might meet some friends along the way. We could.
Yeah. I mean, Yursa
As
has to have some clout there, you know?
As
Maybe.
you are all talking, eating, Rian, you hear a voice behind you. By the gods, Rian Alvain. You recognize this voice immediately as you kind of turn around and you see a woman with shaven hair on the side, long hair pulled over into a ponytail. She has a scar on one side of her face, bright blue eyes. You see this individual. Rian, you see your old mentor.
Hey!
Vi.
Yeah, Rian will be quite happy. He'll say, Vi, gods, it's so good to see you. I never thought I'd see you again. And he'll kind of give a very traditional bow in the way that they would when she was teaching him.
Back. What has it been? 10 years?
Yeah, almost.
You look good.
Thank you, and so do you. I've been practicing a lot, and well, in fact, I've even been teaching some people myself of the forms.
Really? And she looks to Enid, who is waving. It's nice to meet you. My name is Vi.
Yes.
All of you.
Let me not be rude. Vi, around 10 years ago, after everything, I was practicing the sword forms, and she saw me and promptly told me that I was doing it wrong. And she taught me how to do them correctly. She's the reason I can fight half as good as I can.
I will take full credit. Those who have decent perception, you can just kind of looking at her. She wears almost like monk robes or a tunic wraps. You can see a hat that's kind of on sashed onto her back, but you can see on her side is a blade that has a symbol on it, a symbol of a crane. Rian, you know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Those who do not can, well, I guess everyone can make a history check if they want to.
Sure. Oh, I didn't click the thing. So it didn't go through.
Okay, Yursa.
One smart cookie.
6.
Yursa had to hear a lot about this stuff when Rian finally started to talk.
Yursa, you know this because, yes, of Rian kind of talking about this, but those who wield a blade with a crane on it are master swordsmen. They are... They have never been fell in battle. They've never lost a fight.
Spicy. Well, Yursa would say, well, you're more than welcome to join us for dinner if you would like. It seems as though it's good for you and Rian to catch up, and I'm sure we all would like to get to know you more.
Yeah, in fact,
She looks
there's
towards Rian.
a lot of things I'd love to share with you that have happened. I think some things may or may not surprise you. I don't know. You didn't ever share much with me.
Well, I am traveling through. I could spare a couple minutes. Sure. And she kind of, well, for one, takes her shoes off outside of the wall where the tables are with the pond, and she steps
yeah,
in
that's
and,
right.
and sits down at the table.
So, I mean, I'll get the big thing out of the way, I suppose. I mean, we're kind of at a bar right now, so Rian doesn't want to say too much sensitive information, but in a hushed tone, something the party already knows, and he would say, I discovered, well, for one, my sister, the one in the book that I found, I found her, Sayori, and as it turns out, I am from a different time. My father was the last king of the Okunai. And well, now Sayori and I are both here because this is where they could send us, where it was more safe, I guess. And we've done so much. And he'll sort of, without going detail by detail, will share the broad strokes of, fighting the dragon in Eldon. And he probably will skimp on the rift stuff in particular, just because, he really knows nothing about this lady other than she taught him for like a month and then left. So he wants to not be too revealing, but just, look at all the cool stuff I've done, and I'm only alive because of you.
Those are wonderful stories. I knew when I found you that you were destined to do great things. Much greater things than I've done.
Well, that sword is no easy feat, so. I'm
Proud
sure
of
there
you.
are a lot of. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot coming from you. I don't know. It was so long ago. Such a different time in my life, and I'm just glad you got to see a me that's in a much better state.
How long are you in town?
We're actually leaving in the morning. There's some business we need to take care of outside of the city, but we're here for the rest of the night at least.
If you do pass into Al Shaham again, come find me. I have my own school.
Oh, really? I would love to see it when we return. In fact, I don't know if you're interested in sending your students abroad, but I sort of have something of my own school in the Valamine Empire in Syria.
Wow. Well, I will have to see it if I ever travel there.
Can't recommend it too much. It's a little colder up there, but, if you bundle up, I'm sure you'll be fine.
I've also heard that the Valamine Empire is...
Quite awful.
Yes. Well, any new techniques that you have learned that you could teach me?
There are some in the books that I had delved into that we never got to, but I just assumed that you knew most of them. One of the ones that I suppose I worked on last was actually one that I taught to one of my companion's father here. It's called Striking the Spark. It was a Goliath, actually. It was quite interesting to see him.
Taught a Goliath.
Yes, it was definitely with those movements he could cut someone in half if he ever needed to.
He took to it like a champ.
He really did. Had quite the talent
So
for it.
cool.
Gak's dad is very cool.
I hope to meet him someday.
I think everybody needs to meet Gak Sr. someday. Oh. Well, when we return to Al Shahan, I'd be more than happy to share with you anything I've learned, and I've even had a few ideas for sword forms of my own to create. But those still need a little bit more work. They're not tested as much as I'd like.
Well, the next time you come through here, stop by, and maybe we can work on them.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
I do have somewhere I need to be. It is good to see you again, Rian.
Of course, it was wonderful to see you again, Vi. And now that we've encountered each other a second time, is that your full name, Vi? Is there a last name that I've earned after 10 years, or still just Vi?
Still just Vi.
Very well. I won't pry anymore.
And you see that she gets up and looks to you, Rian, and bows.
Reno's turn to bow.
Bows to the rest of the party. Be safe. And she gets out, puts on her sandals, and walks out.
And John, as Rian's reflecting on the conversation, it all seemed pretty genuine, right?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Okay. Insight. Ooh, we got advantage because of the sword. It's gonna be a dirty 20.
Yeah, you could tell that Vi has not changed that much. This is how she was very, short with words, very to the point. It's also one of these things you can tell that she definitely did need have to be somewhere. And as you do watch her, she does go up to the counter and kind of talk to the barkeep, grab something, and then leave. But it was also one of those things of seeing an old friend, so she had to make time to say hello. So she was in a rush. It was genuine.
Okay. All right. Cool. Strange. Very strange.
Was she normally like that?
Well, yes. I mean, even worse back then. I mean, back when she was training me those 10 years ago. God. Oh, God, that was so long ago. I mean, not even small talk. How's the weather? Not anything like that. Did you practice your forms? Let's do it now. Let's run the drills. Rest. See you in the morning. And that was it.
Sounds a little familiar.
Gak, we have a
lot better at small talk.
We have a lot of teachers in our lives, and those teachers impart qualities to us that sometimes we need to learn from. You've taught me a lot. Been a teacher to me about how to have small talk, so thank you.
I like to imagine that Rian's doing that.
Yeah, no, he definitely is.
And
go
Rian
back
had
to
his
my-
head down. He didn't see Gak was just smiling.
Man's gonna go back to his sake or whatever the drinks are here.
Sure. As you finish up your meals and your drinks, anything else you guys are doing before you head to bed?
I think
Or
Gak would
once-
just try to see if there's any live music nearby so we can hear some Siri music. But other than that,
Yeah, I'd say the tavern, there's music throughout, especially the bazaar. The tavern has music going on as well. It's definitely, you've heard some music for sure.
Nice.
But with that, you all get to your various rooms, or are you all in the same room? I can't remember.
I think we did a suite
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you did purchase the suite, you can, as you walk in, see it is immaculate. It is beautiful. All of the tones within the room match that of a coastal vibe, blues and kind of greens and some oranges, but you can tell that it's definitely, it's like going to a beach house with like a really expensive beach house. There are separate rooms for each one of you in there. So each of you can have your own private quarters. As you go towards your beds, it's not doors. They're like partitions. They're like walls that were created that have like curtains that you can close, and inside is a bed for you to sleep on. So as you walk in, you all close your curtains. You could say goodnight to everyone because you can hear everything. And you go to sleep. That all of you rest. Yursa.
Yes.
What are you dreaming of this night?
Oh, okay, pretty music's happening. Everything's okay. I had a heart attack. I don't think yours has ever been to like a true desert before. So I think in her mind, she thinks that there's gonna be oases there everywhere. Even though I don't think that's what's gonna happen. So she's like, I'm dreaming about being in a desert oasis and like playing in like a little spring and like maybe talking to the little fishies that are in the spring that are there. And there's like butterflies flying around, and there's like a palm tree. Of course, there's desert surrounding that, but like there's like this big patch of grass. So she's very excited to see if this dream will come true for tomorrow.
Okay. So, as you see the various oases and butterflies in the desert, it is very beautiful. And in this dream, you almost watch one of the dunes in the distance kind of swiftly change and get picked up and form into the silhouette of a woman with long flowing hair and robes. Doesn't say anything to you. You just look at her and you can tell that this is Melora.
She kind of, I imagine, like, she had, like, her skirts hiked up because she had her feet in the water playing with these fish. So she, like, quickly steps out and just kind of smooths her skirts out a little bit. Runs a hand through her hair, and she just says, "Oh, Wild Mother, hello. Is everything alright?"
With that, you see her demeanor change as she says, Yursa, wake up. And you watch everything around her turn dark. You almost seem like the peripheral of your vision go dark, like you are passing out. And there's this white light in the center as you feel a horrible pain in your stomach. A searing pain. But this is a dream. How can you feel this? As those words are spoken, you wake up, Yursa. And that pain is even more. It's like fire in your abdomen. Yursa, you take 75 points.
What?
Of piercing
What's happening?
damage.
Okay. She's
Standing above your bed,
What? I'm scared. What's happening?
you see, as you look down, the first thing you notice is the black fur from the hands up, the entirety of the body. A dagger plunged into your stomach. The hand holding it, not correct. The hand reversed. A cat's hand. Holding it reversed, you see this black striped cat with large, red, glowing eyes.
Demogorgon sends their regards.
As he removes the dagger, you feel the streak as he goes to hit you again.
I assume I am surprised and cannot do anything in reaction.
Correct.
Okay.
I do have a
it's-
question though.
Mm-hmm.
You said that earlier we could all speak to each other because it was such a close quarters. Have we heard anything?
All of you are asleep. So if you want to, you can all make perception checks at disadvantage.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
24 to hit, Yursa.
Oh my god, yeah. That does hit. That's crazy.
What?
Oh my god, Gideon, what the fuck?
Gideon's actually awake.
46. What the?
That's insane.
My disadvantage is the 25.
My disadvantage
Oh.
is a 16.
Night owls.
My disadvantage is the 6. I think do I have the alert feat?
What I would have said is that normally Gak always casts alarm around where they are.
Yeah, they didn't go
But-
off.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yursa, you are vulnerable to necrotic damage, aren't you?
Oh, I so am.
Yep.
Mm. Okay, so the first one, I won't redo the damage. The next one, however, you take 115 points of damage. Gideon, Basil, no, sorry, Gideon, yours was with. Did you guys roll a disadvantage?
I rolled 2 nat 20s.
Yeah,
Holy
my
shit, you did.
disadvantage.
Yeah, that's why I freaked out.
My disadvantage is 25.
Okay, so Basil, Gideon, Enid,
Oh, I do hear. Okay, great.
all of you hear this. Well, Enid, you just hear this. Yursa screams. Basil and Gideon, you wake up from the sound of a dagger being plunged into somebody's abdomen. As you both, the three of you wake up, that scream is immediately silenced.
Oh God.
As you see, as you guys get up, remove the curtain, walk out, you see a reversed cat hand pull back the curtain. Look at the two of you holding the staff in his hand.
Bitch.
I gotta mute.
Alright.
I can't handle right now.
Guys are
As
Ready to say goodbye?
mm-hmm.
And you said, is Enid with the two of them, or was she too slow?
Enid, you're behind the two of them. Basil and Gideon have a reaction right now.
okay. Are we acting and then asking questions?
Yes, and Yursa, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Okay.
Blind GM roll.
Are we
Okay.
damage at doing and then asking questions?
It's a humanoid. Do you have hold person prepared?
I don't think I have it prepared. I was just gonna
How do I
guiding
hide
bolt the
this
shit out of it.
Well, he just
Should be
said
blind GM roll.
goodbye too, so I.
Gideon's gonna try to telekinesis the staff out of his hands.
That was not blind. I'm sorry. I'm fucking dumb. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. It wasn't blind. I don't know how to do it blind.
It should be a drop down on the above the chat. Gideon, you're targeting the staff.
Staff.
The guy that looks like he has a blindfold over his eyes of the images.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Here we go.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check. for
I think he
telekinesis.
makes it. Let me.
That also wasn't blind.
Sorry, I don't use telekinesis all the time, so I always get confused as to how exactly it works. Blah blah blah.
God, why am I dumb right now?
So I make a spell casting ability check, and they make a strength check.
Okay. Kayla, there should be. Do you see a drop down above your chat?
It's not a drop down. It should be like 3 images or like 4 images, and one of them
Oh,
is a
blind GM roll. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, and then I can press death saving throw over here.
Okay.
And it should
What did you roll, Gideon?
I haven't
There
rolled
we go.
yet, so it's just my intelligence and proficiency, right? That's all I'm adding.
I would assume it's your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, really? Well, just the modifier.
Yeah, I mean it's
Okay.
it's against your spell, right? So it would be your intelligence plus your proficiency plus your I think your spellcasting modifier does include your proficiency.
Okay, so sorry, be quick here. So it's different because it's with items. So it'd be my intelligence plus proficiency, right? So it'd be 5 plus 9, 5 plus 4 in this case.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll that manually. Hang on.
While that's happening and
yes!
while I'm dying, does Yrsa? Okay, so she clearly sees this creature, like it's over her, like it was in theory moments before over top of her. I don't recognize it, right? I've never seen this creature
No,
before.
You've never seen
Okay.
this creature before.
Okay.
Gideon.
Mhm.
Well, sorry, Basil. What are you doing in this moment? You can also see, by the way, you can see a dagger in the other hand where the staff is not, dripping with blood.
I'm going to cast because I think this could end up higher. Are we doing damage, friends? I'm sorry. I know that's meta a little bit.
I mean, I don't think you'll get him down, so he'll probably still get away if you damage him. But Yrsa is on death saves, so it's kind of like there's healing you could do, or like if you can halt him in any way. I know Gideon's getting the staff, so that's good, but
Yeah.
I don't know what damage is gonna do too much.
John, I don't need my Revivify yet, right? Just heals.
Yrsa, I mean,
If,
to
like,
all
on
you
death
know right
saves?
now. Yeah, Yrsa's not dead yet. No.
Right. Okay.
Well, you don't know.
We
But-
can't see Yrsa. We just
Yeah.
know that she was attacked.
And also, go ahead and make me another death saving throw, Yrsa.
Oh, okay. I'll go look for her and heal her then.
Do you try to push past the figure?
Oh,
in
the
I
other
thought he was
side.
in the window.
No. He's walking out of.
He came out.
Of Yrsa's like division, her little quarter.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. I mean, if that's where Yrsa is, yeah, Basil's going to run forward, and as she's walking by or running by, can I like touch him and cast Blight?
Yeah. So you run by, you place your hand on him and cast Blight. What level spell is Blight?
So, I was going to cast it at level 5.
Okay.
Because I wanted to leave that level 6. And it's con save.
So I will say this, Basil. As you run past, he does not attack you. He just lets you
Okay.
run past. As you touch his shoulder and cast Blight, you watch the spell do nothing. You cast it. It happens, but it does not affect him at all.
Is he like an abjuration, or is he like? Can I
No,
physically?
he's physically there. And as you do that, you can see Yursa's unconscious, bleeding out body on the other side. And as you run past him and notice that, again, he lets you run past Gideon. You cast telekinesis, and you do pull the staff from his hands. Do you catch it or just let it go on the ground?
Oh, he would. If this thing wants it, Gideon's catching it.
Okay, Yursa, make another death saving throw. Enid.
Yeah, can I do something now?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, aren't death saving throws supposed to happen at like each round, technically?
Yeah, but this is like, we're not going in rounds. This is all happening very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I just meant 3 death saves during the time that Enid didn't even react. Wild.
I'm gonna make you keep going.
She's bleeding out fast.
No, I'm running there. I'm trying. Stop
Well, I
arguing.
think the
and
thing
making
is, I keep rolling them because we're not supposed to know. Right? I don't
You're also
fucking
not
know.
in combat. We're not in combat rules
Just
right now.
dying.
Yeah. But Enid,
All right.
do
I will yell and notify people. I'll be like, what the fuck is happening? Like something else trying to like, I know Yursa's yell didn't wake him up, but like maybe Enid's more intentional words maybe can alert our very alert people who tend to be alert, both Rian and Gak. So maybe, cause yeah, and then I guess, so Basil's able to get past her. She will get in front of Gideon, who now has the staff, just so there's another barrier between this guy and the staff. And I would like to hold my action. Or maybe, can I try to grapple him? He wasn't, you know, Basil could move past him, but he wasn't like not there. So can I try to grapple him?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll try that.
Okay. Make a strength check against his strength. Also, Gak
I
and
feel like we're
Rian,
both
you hear Enid scream.
Okay. Strength.
It feels really
where the
weird to
hell?
hear Yursa's music while this is all going on.
That's what you
I don't
hear?
know
Do you hear it?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
can still hear
You
it.
need to refresh.
Oh, you need
Yeah.
to refresh.
I've got
Yeah.
I've got
I
bleak
was just like-
strings right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not what I have at all.
Can
Just fine over there.
I?
And I was like, you know,
add-
would never tell you how to DM, John, but it's not really the mood, I think.
I would like to add one of my psionic energy dies to bolster that. So I like to add a D8, please. I don't know if that will make the difference, but I feel like he's Dexy. Okay. Maybe he's less strong than Enid. So
Enid, as you go to grapple him, he just moves to the side. And he is going to take a swipe at you.
okay.
A 21 to hit.
That will.
Okay. You take 42 points of piercing damage. As he grabs you, as you kind
Just
of
piercing alone?
well, necrotic also, but you're not. It doesn't matter.
No, I was just curious.
Yeah, it's 42. Sorry, it's 42 piercing. Hold on. Sorry. It's 21 piercing, 21 necrotic.
Okay.
I need to do math. As you go to grab him, he pushes you to the side and almost grabs you by the back of your neck and stabs you in the back and then pushes you down to the ground. As this happens, he looks towards Gideon. However, at this point, Gak and Rian, you open your curtains to see this individual.
Do we have an action?
Yeah.
Can we
Okay,
can
we're not really in combat. This is kind of just
Right.
like, yeah.
Gak is going to instantly cast Odaluk's Resilient Sphere.
What level is that?
It is a 4th level.
You cast it and nothing happens. You watch the spell take place and then just fizzle out. Brienne?
Yeah, Rian, immediately, I think, having just been woken up right now, I don't think he's putting together the blood on the dagger. He just sees, he sees the stab in Enid, so he's going to immediately engage in combat. He's going to action surge for 5 attacks, 4 with his attack actions, and then bonus action dagger.
Okay, just roll 1 dice to see if you hit, and then roll damage.
Okay. 26. On all of those, I was going to smite.
Okay.
So how do you want me to do that? Because that's 5 attacks.
Roll your dice.
Oh, okay, all right. So I'll mark off 3 level 3 slots and 2 level 1 slots. Is he a fiend or undead?
He is a fiend.
Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, D8, plus 8 D8. So what's... Fuck. 15 plus 8 is 23. Plus the sword is a D8. And it was 4 attacks. So that's 23 D8 plus 4, 27 D8. Okay, I need to write this down. 27 D8 plus the attack modifier, 8 times 4 is 24. Plus the dagger, 1d4. Plus his dex for the dagger, which is 4. Okay, all right. 27 D8 plus 24 plus 1d4 plus 4. 136 points of damage.
Okay. So, as you swipe with your strikes in a flurry, each cutting in, you can see the smoke kind of billowing off each smite that you do. The entire time he is getting hit, you just hear. With every slice, he just stands there and takes it, each one.
Well, that's infuriating.
As you plunge the blade into his chest, you watch as his body is decaying in front of you. He looks towards Gideon.
Good job.
As he looks to the rest of you,
I'll be back. And this time I won't fail.
and as you kind of slice his head off, Rian, the body falls to the ground, the head falls to the ground, the dagger disintegrates, the body disintegrates. Basil, you run in towards Yrsa. Yrsa, make one final death saving throw. Okay. Basil, as you run in, you see blood pooling on the ground. Yrsa's body, lifeless, unconscious. You run in and you take her hand, and you can feel just the slightest of a pulse.
Okay. Is it... And I'm so bad at like my channel divinity stuff. Is one of my things where if I heal, it goes all the way back up to your top HP?
No, your
max.
heal is for max.
Okay.
So, like, if a healing word is 1d4 plus whatever, it would be 4 plus.
Oh, the max of that. Okay.
That spell,
Gotcha,
yep.
gotcha. I understand now.
The spell heal is just 70.
Okay. I'm just gonna cast just heal then.
Okay. As you grab Yursa's hand and cast heal, Yursa, you gain 70 hit points. Yursa,
Thank you
your
so
eyes
much.
open and you breathe in air.
Yursa. Yursa.
What just happened? Who was that? Is this? And she kind of like looks at her like closing stab wound.
Hey, are you okay?
Am I dying?
No, my love. You are not dying. You are completely okay.
I don't
Physically.
understand. I was. She kind of like has tears in her eyes as she looks up. I don't know
Basil's
what.
gonna hug her, pull her in.
Yeah, Rian would
She'll hug you back.
come into the room at that and immediately go to grab her, and Basil also. Not saying
And
anything.
Basil would let him have his woman. So.
It's not possessive.
Like my wife.
Karen, we love.
Anyway.
So yeah, Rian would grab Yursa, and he would pour. He doesn't need to, but he will, seeing the wound now, knowing where part of the blood from the dagger would pour 40 points of lay on hands in.
Yeah, I think that she's very much in shock because. Yeah, so you can kind of feel just like tears running down her face. And after a bit, she kind of like pulls away and she's like very wide-eyed looking at everybody. Is everyone else okay? Are we all here?
We're all okay.
We're fine. As Enid's like holding her wound in her side, she's like, "We're fine. Good job, Gideon."
Oh, Basil's gonna go heal Enid too. I'm
No,
sorry.
no. I have a long rest. She's just like bandaging up. You know, she's just wrapping it. Don't use
I
up your
didn't want
spell
you to
slots.
think like, fuck you.
She wasn't dying. It's fine.
Okay.
Just don't use up your spell slots. Is all I was trying to say. But yeah.
He came out of nowhere? I don't even... Did he say anything to anyone?
The only thing I heard is that next time he wouldn't fail.
Did he say anything to you?
No. Not... Right? He didn't say anything to Yursa, did he?
Didn't he say the Demogorgon senses
Oh,
the
yeah,
cards as he
he
stabbed
did.
you, like, very clearly?
Sorry, Ryan. I'm fucking pissing myself over here. I
She
forgot.
almost died, Ryan.
I have died.
Okay, well, you have
Okay.
experience.
Well, get over it. It happened forever ago.
I did.
Okay, rewind. Yes. Sorry,
Oh.
I'm just like nervous. Okay, I'm sweating.
You're all good. You're all good.
He's back.
Ah.
God.
Yeah, she says it was him. It was the Demogorgon, but I don't. Maybe some type of a vessel he was possessing. And she kind of looks, and I assume Gideon has her staff still.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like you to make me a history check with advantage.
Oh, history.
As someone who just recently read books about the Abyss.
17.
17. As you were reading, you came across what the person who wrote the book would describe as legendary fiends. Fiends from the Abyss that are very recognizable due to their traits. You did get a glimpse of its hands, which is a dead giveaway of what this thing is. Looks like it's a Tabaxi. However, the hands being reversed, you know that this was a Rakshasa. Hired assassins of the Abyss.
Does he recall anything else about Rakshasas?
With the 17?
Hmm.
I'll say yes. The one thing you do remember is that if a Rakshasa dies, its soul is transported back to its lair, its domain, where it is reborn again, and the only way to kill it is to go to its lair and its domain and kill it there. And when Rakshasas die, they hold even more of a grudge.
From what I recall from the library, Rian will regurgitate that, and then he'll say, so, at least next time, well, for one, we'll have a better idea that somebody's coming, and for two, have a feeling his grudge might be against me. He was sent back to the abyss by me, so we'll see what he has to say when he comes back.
Well, we'll have to be more alert then,
Mhm.
because I saw Gak put up his little string thing spell. How did that not notify us?
I tried casting Blight. It did nothing to it.
Rian, there's another tidbit of information as they're saying this. That Rakshasa are immune to a lot of magic. Up to a certain power level, they are immune to its effects.
Rakshasa.
Gak, as you did go to check your alarm, you saw footprints past it. Like they were deliberate.
Now that you say that, there's something else I recall. It, due to the corrupt nature of Rakshasa, there's certain elements of the weave, of magic, that can affect them. Something needs to be extraordinarily strong in terms of spells in order to affect it. And I'm assuming, Basil, with whatever you did, I'm assuming that it would have to be at least more than that, if not more than what any of us are capable right now in terms of spells. Steel still works fine, and the smite still worked, but seems like raw magic is a different story.
Should we have, even if we're in a tavern like this, we should have someone on guard. We'll take shifts.
You should, yes.
And this is completely up to Yrsa. It wants the staff. At least it seemed like it. So, should we have someone else holding it? We pass it around and just make sure if it's actually targeting Yrsa itself or just the staff.
At night, we can put it in one of the bags of holding. It won't know where it is.
Yrsa? What's your opinion?
I think that Gak, that might be the best hiding place for it. Because clearly the staff is the only thing right now that can remove these connections, these tethers, and clearly he's been watching us. And as long as the staff exists, it's a threat to him, so yes, I think that's the safest place for it when it's not in my own hands.
Do you need it to cast spells?
Some, yes.
Should we try to keep it in the bag and then bring it out when you need it?
See, she looks really sad about that.
If I may. This thing more or less is immortal until we go to its plane to finish it off. It's going to keep after us, and it's going to keep adapting and changing strategy to try and get the staff or perhaps slay the one it's attuned to. I'd rather Ursa have the staff because she's more powerful with it. If it decides to merely kill her next time, I'd rather she be able to defend herself as best as she can. We just need to be more prepared. We got caught off guard. We can't allow that to happen again.
And if it learns that it's in the bag of holding, it could just take the bag of holding.
That's true.
But it can also just take the staff.
Right, but I don't think it's a bad hiding spot. I think it's a great idea, Gak. All I was meaning was what Gideon said, that if he keeps adapting and learning, we can't just assume it's perfectly safe in the bag. That's all.
I'm sorry that my staff did this.
No, it's not anything you've done, not your fault.
It wasn't the staff at all. In fact, it has nothing to do with anything we've done except for the good stuff we've done, the right things we've done. And I don't care how many wounds we have to endure, we're going to keep doing it. Because if anything, this is a good sign. This means we're winning. He feels threatened.
I think that I am more powerful and I have access to more magic with the staff. And when I have to rest, I think keeping it in the bag of holding is a safe space. But I also, if you don't mind, Gag, maybe I should hold on to the bag of holding or be near it so I can properly defend myself.
Yeah, we can just buy another bag of holding. We got the money. She kind of like touches the spot where she was stabbed. I think that every time we close a rift or sever a connection, that if he doesn't already know where we are at every waking moment, I think it's almost like a beacon that lights up. So I think, not that we haven't been, but just staying on the move is always good. Staying vigilant and keeping watches is good. We just have to know that this is only the beginning, and it's probably only going to get worse.
Well, I don't know how much night we have left, but I know I need to rest, so I don't know who can stay up, but
I'll do it.
thanks.
Gak will
Thank
stay
you,
up with
guys.
Gideon too.
Thank you so much.
And Ina will go lay down with like gauze on her little wound.
Here, so he attacked you, but he also attacked us. Of course we're gonna help you. It's not even a question.
I love you guys so very much.
We love you too.
She kind of wipes her face. Okay, everyone, it's time that we all go to bed because we have a very long journey tomorrow.
I think
Basil's gonna reach over and like squeeze her hand before leading Enid back to bed.
Rianne would sort of squeezing onto her shoulder would say, "You want me to stay in here tonight?"
She just nods, yeah.
keep an eye on the door. And assuming there's, he'll just sort of like grab a pillow from like one of the couches in the like shared living space, and he'll just kind of sit on the edge of the bed and like prop it up against the wall and just like stare at the door like that and just sleep like upright, just staring at the door.
That's not going to do your back any favors.
And then riding on the camel the next day. Oh my
Ooh, ooh.
Gak is also casting aid on Yursa to just give her 5 extra point max.
The fucking best people in the world.
Okay. So, as all of you on edge find some semblance of rest, you find that this night, most all of you, as your eyes are closed, randomly wake up and look around, and then your eyes close again. You do gain a long rest.
It's like,
Girsa, as you wake up and sit up, you can feel the pain in your stomach. Not as it was before. And you kind of look down and you can see that there is a visible scar. But all of you wake up, eat breakfast, and know that although this is a setback, you must press on. You get out of your beds and get ready for the day in your new garments and make your way out of the Nibbly Fish. I hate that name.
Our feet
are immaculate. Yeah, they're honestly a little bit too
Sandal
much.
ready.
They're a little bit too soft now. Anyone who wears boots, they kind of hurt. As you make your way out into Al Shaham, you make your way down to the stables and retrieve your mounts. The desert lizard, the camel, the relic sloth, and the sand strider. All of you lead them out of Al Shaham, out of the grand city, watching the city get smaller and smaller in the distance. Your first hour of travel, there are still trees around, there's still civilization, but it becomes more desert. The roads are peppered in sand. Harder to tell where exactly the roads are, but you don't need to. As you can see in the distance, as you travel up one of these dunes, this vast land. A sea of sand. What you can make out right now looks like a never-ending ocean of orange and yellow. The dunes making up the waves of this desert. You can see other small specks of things within the desert itself, but you can't tell if those are trees or ruined buildings, or it's hard to tell. However, there is one thing you can see in the distance. The towers over everything. Very, very, very far away, miles and miles away. A cyclone of sand. A tornado rising from the sea up into the sky. You continue to press on. Another hour goes by. And now is about the time that you need to use your mounts. Up until this point, it has been less treacherous, giving them a break. Now you find yourself in deep sand. And now you start to see this ocean. Again, it looks like there is not an end in sight. And you can already start to feel the heat bearing down on all of you. The sun shining as bright as it possibly can. Not only can you feel the heat on yourself, but you can feel the heat emanating from the sand itself. You could tell that if you were to step down off of these mounts currently, and if you had no shoes on, you would immediately burn your feet. You can see the ripples of heat flowing up from the desert sands. But again, you continue to press on. Another hour goes by, and you find yourself finally fully enraptured, encapsulated by the Sea of the Dying. No longer can you see Al Shaham in the distance. The dunes look like mountains around you. You can see sparse little ruins in front of you. These obelisks that are destroyed and ruined from a time past. The sun, although not setting, you can see the shadows it casts through the clouds creates this yellow and purple and blue skyline, almost serene in a way. But now you have to take a drink. You have to stop for food. Much shorter than you're normally used to. You could probably go a couple more hours if you were not in this treacherous land. Another hour goes by. You are truly in the Sea of the Dying.
No vision.
No vision.
I literally just changed it.
Ooh, very neat.
Oh, I liked that music.
At this point, you have to take yet another drink. All you can hear is the wind being blown around. You can see the sand moving in front of you, almost like it has life. All of you sweat dripping down your faces, and all you can hear is the footfalls of the mounts you ride. Around hour 4.5, all of you have to dismount, as you can tell that the mounts themselves are getting exhausted. You have to take a little bit of a respite. I would like Felicity to roll a d6.
Okay.
All right, everyone, get ready to blame Felicity for whatever happens.
Felicity,
Well, one is
a
small, so
1.
that's
Oh my
less.
god.
No, it's less. Less enemies,
Oh
right?
no.
Good
It's
job,
like
Felicity.
you
That
could
was a
have
good roll.
6 bandits or 1.
Don't
I
lie to
rolled a
her.
1.
Don't lie
Only
to her.
one of you have died from
Now,
heat
fuck you
stroke.
guys. I support Felicity's rules.
Thank you. Thank you.
You literally took a knife from me, girl.
Any day.
Always. Love
I'll
ya.
do it again. IRL. Just call me
same.
Okay.
Got you.
Nick,
Sorry, Nick.
I'd like you to roll a d10.
Oh.
Look at what you did, Felicity.
Is he frozen? Oh,
No, he's there.
No, I rolled it.
See, there you go. That's a good roll. Thank you, Nick.
Yep, 4 is a lucky number.
I don't like 4.
I just want to point out that Joe, if you've watched all the last sessions, has had something against me in particular.
Mm. I've
Yeah,
noticed.
off
Just
screen he
saying.
called you a bitch.
It happened.
Joe didn't make Binky,
That did
though,
happen.
so...
I didn't.
Let's
no.
get back in. We're in a serious moment, okay?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Keep going.
So, as all of you are giving water to the mounts and drinking water yourself, is there anything you guys want to converse about before you get back and continue onward? You have probably about 4.5 more hours of travel before you have to make camp.
Sorry, Nick, you were gonna say something.
Oh, yeah, Gak is next to Rianne, and he's just kind of, even though Rianne doesn't really have any more information, Gak just keeps asking him about the like abyss assassin and trying to get to see what he knows.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he would continue to say the same things. I mean, he would try and extrapolate a little bit more about what he had read, but yeah, you're just kind of getting the same information. The resistance to spells of a certain power level, that they can be reborn unless they're killed in the abyss. You said that right, John? That's just not me reaching.
No, yeah,
said
they
that.
have to be.
Okay,
They
okay.
have to be
In their
destroyed in their home.
lair.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and Gak just keeps finding different ways to ask the same questions out of frustration.
Yeah, and Rian won't ever be frustrated answering him. He'll just continue to answer to the best of his ability.
If we bought a home under his name, would that be his lair?
That's funny.
What's his name, Ryan?
Rakshasha.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Sasha's a name.
Dang it, you got it.
Hurrah. I think Edith would just check in on Yrsa, see how she's feeling, see if she just wants to not be alone and have company.
Yeah, I mean, she looks sad. It's weird because, like, Yrsa feels guilty, and she feels bad that you got hurt, and you can see, like, as you sit down, kind of looks to where you were stabbed. I'm really sorry.
Why? It's not like you did it.
I know, but
I'm sorry for you. In hindsight, maybe we should have, not gotten so comfortable. Maybe we should have been on watches. Like, we're dealing with these big, grandiose things all the time, and normalcy isn't always allowed, right? So, it's not your fault, Yrsa.
I just feel like I should have a better understanding, I guess, a better awareness of how all this works. But I find every day I'm learning something new. And I feel like I should just be one step ahead, but I'm not. But I'm very thankful for all of you. But we will know better for next time. I think you're right. I think we got comfortable in our success and perhaps thought there's no way if someone's trapped in the abyss that they could possibly do anything. But at least we know that's not true now.
Look, I don't know a lot about a lot. And that's something that I'm working on with Gideon, hopefully. Because you all know a lot about a lot. You've taught me in particular so much about rifts back at the Lotus. You and Rianne, of course, but let's be honest, he learned it from you. You don't have to be perfect. You just gotta keep doing your best, right?
Right.
And we can help each other. So you're gonna make our lives brighter and cheery, and I'm gonna remind you that you're guess, about your worth. And that it's okay to not be all-knowing.
I think
And
you're right.
I would I would take another dagger for you any day. I mean, for everyone here, of course.
Well, thank you. I don't think I could thank any of you enough, and I'll have to thank Basil and Rianne and Gak and Gideon. All of you you're so quick, and I would do the same.
And I think Enid would also have felt that necrotic damage from the blade when it struck her, and like knowing that from the gift that Yrsa and Basil gave her and Rianne, that could be a reason why Yrsa became unconscious. She'll like, with her scarred hand, reach for Yrsa's scars and on her hand and hold it and say, "You, all of you, but you and Basil really changed my life and had a big sacrifice for it, okay? And I know that is still hurting you, and it had a huge effect last night. Please do not apologize."
Well, I would do both things over again if it meant helping you.
Please don't. I need you to be around.
Well, I don't want to have to do that again. It was very scary. But it just means that I love you very much, and I would do anything for any of you. But let's be more vigilant next time together.
We will. We'll all be better at keeping an eye on each other, and yeah.
And now I have a very cool scar to show everyone.
It's super epic, actually, and I don't know if she's showing it off, but she's like, and it looks kind of infected.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know if scars normally stay that dark. I mean, I'm not a medicine person.
Do you think I should have Basil look at it?
Maybe, because it doesn't look like Enid's, right? Like, Enid's looks better than Yrsa's.
Yeah, it was not as deep as Yrsa's for sure.
And Yrsa's has like that black stuff on it still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a little something extra that he gave you. I don't know.
No, I'll take a look, and if I can't figure it out, I know Basil can.
Don't let it sit for too long, though.
I won't. I just
come talk to me. I'm right here. I'm your
friend.
We'll end up talking anyway. It can be about your scar.
I heard Basil snoring, so let me go wake her up real quick. Okay. Here's someone walk over and nudge Basil.
Yes.
I'm very sorry. I know you were sleeping, and you're very beautiful whilst you sleep.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm awake. I was awake.
Okay. Will you look at this and tell me if it looks very bad? She'll like lift her shirt to show you her scar.
Basil will look at her scar, John.
Yeah, so what you see is obviously reminiscent of a classic dagger scar. I can say that because we're in a fantasy world where people get stabbed all the time. But around the edges, it is darkened. The skin is darkened. But there are these, like, almost like her veins around the skin as well are darkening as well.
I don't have it prepared. Because I was gonna see if we could cast detect poison.
What do I?
Hardest thing about needing a cleric is you don't know what you're gonna fucking need.
Yeah, that's fair. And all of the healing that everybody put into me didn't make a difference. Even the lay on hands. John?
I mean, you don't feel different.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like it's infected. It doesn't really hurt to the touch.
It just doesn't look great.
It just doesn't look great.
And
Can't really amputate my abdomen.
can I try? Because lesser restoration helps deal with poison if that's potentially what it is.
Well, Yursa would say she doesn't feel funny, but it's
Well,
not. It's
But
worth
that, you know,
something, you know.
like I could
Yeah.
have a black eye, you
You
know,
right?
it may not hurt, but
Yeah.
still possible that it messed my eye up. So
I will say, and this might be too meta, John, so you could tell me if this is like too far, but like Enid could tell that the damage from that was dealt to her didn't feel as much to, or was more intense on Yursa.
No.
So what?
Yeah, the damage dealt to you was definitely not as intense. Sorry, yes, it was not as intense as Yursa. I will say, make a medicine check, Basil.
okay.
Sorry, Felicity, I mean to cut you off. Keep going.
No, you're
Sorry.
good. I was just trying to say, like, is there any? Because like I'm like, Enid would know if she was poison. Like I guess they'd be able to tell if it was poison by that. It's like whatever condition that Basil and Yursa has was the heightened.
Right. Yeah, it does not look like poison. It even with an 11 Basil, you can also tell it does not look like poison. It seems to be from just a glance. It might just be because Yursa is vulnerable to necrotic, that it warped the skin around it and left it a little bit of an effect currently.
Right. So what Basil's gonna do is so like what Rachel would do, which I don't know if they have. So John, you'll give me the Evrand version of what Rachel's gonna do, okay?
Okay. All right.
So like
I'm ready.
what I would do, it's not anything big. It's not. I would take like a Sharpie, so a permanent marker, and wherever you see the top of the veins, how far they get to, I'm gonna mark each and every one with a line to show where they end, just so that we can keep track to see. She's also going to do that with the width of each one. So you'll be able to see if it spreads either way.
You're so smart.
Dr. Basil who?
Honestly.
You could use ink from an ink pen.
Okay,
just
I
kinda
wasn't
get the
sure
ink
if that
in.
was easily washable. Like, we're in a desert. I don't know. She sweats.
No, I
and-
mean, no, the ink isn't like.
You can draw on me all you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So she'll just get to work, like, making small little lines, but enough to where if Basil looks at it again. So it's very tedious, and depending on how many little lines you have, it'll probably take a hot minute.
Okay. So you mark the individual lines of the veins and keep an eye to make sure that this is not poison, that it does not get worse. At this point, I would ask, who is tending to the mounts currently? Because this is all happening very quick. You guys aren't like sitting here for 30 minutes. It's like a quick stop, get back on things, go.
I mean, yeah, I guess, Rianne would be, since he does have the ability to cast, speak with animals. So that way he can kind of, as a ritual when they land, so that way he doesn't lose the spell slot.
Okay. I will say, Rianne, you can tell, just because, you can tell this from Hakari, that the animals seem to be satiated and they seem to be a little bit like antsy, like they want to move. So you can use that information to realize that they also want to continue on.
If we're done resting for the moment, I think we should maybe depart. The animals seem a little restless.
Oh,
Fine by me.
thank you, Basil. We can keep an eye on this.
Of course. And if anything changes, you can come to me. I'll never seen this, but I would assume Basil would have like some medical like scrolls or little small books or something, journal, whatever. So as I guess when she's on her little cockroach thing, she's just flipping through.
It's so funny that Basil's writing that.
So she's just flipping through her little medicine journals and all of that to see if she can think of anything that would help it.
Okay. So, all of you get back on your mounts and continue moving forward. First off, I need everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
Is it for the heat?
Correct.
Then we
So
all have
advantage.
advantage.
And everybody will get +4
Oh shit! Come on,
from Rianne.
To what again?
Ora.
Your Constitution saving throw.
John, can you
Oh,
tell me what I
God.
rolled? Or did we just roll
Oh
again?
yeah, you rolled an 18.
Okay.
Thank God it was with advantage.
Yeah.
Oof.
Enid
Ah,
and Gak
hold
both
on.
rolled a natural one.
Mhm.
Sorry,
So
my thing
everybody-
froze.
You're good.
Con.
Oh, that's right.
Hold on, let me refresh. Okay.
Yeah, good enough. First day, very, very low DC. The longer you are here, the DC gets higher. But you continue on, you get back on, you kind of right yourself and walk towards your objective. The next hour goes by, and again, you start to see the sands kind of moving ahead, but you can tell it's from the wind itself. You can see remnants again of small ruins in the distance, long lost stone buildings that are decrepit and destroyed. Hour 2 goes by. Everyone make perception checks.
Oh.
Okay. Anybody with a perception higher than 15 on their roll, Gak would pick up on this first. Or no, sorry, Enid would pick up on this first. Then Rian. In the distance, you can see trees and what looks to be almost like a mirror next to these trees. A blue mirror. As the wind kind of blows, you can tell in the distance. It's very hard to see already because of the waves of heat coming up from the sand. You can see an oasis in the distance.
Oh. I don't know how to ask this without. Does she get the hunch that it's not like induced from heat or anything?
It's
like
not hallucination, no.
I was like, with a mirror, I don't know if this is real.
However, Enid, you feel like you're hallucinating because the oasis disappears and reappears to the right, almost the same distance. You pick up on it too, Rian, and Basil, and Yursa. And then it disappears again. And then reappears in front of you.
Like right in front of us, or like the same distance?
The same
away?
distance. Same
Okay.
distance away. It does that for the next 15 minutes. And all of you pick up on it eventually. You watch this oasis quite literally disappear and reappear. And all of you start to question if this is actually happening or you are hallucinating. But you can tell that you are in your right mind, that the heat hasn't gotten to you yet.
Does it get closer as we continue to move forward?
It does not. It never moves in the distance.
We probably didn't spend enough time in the city, but I was gonna say, has there ever been like a rumor or a folklore story about some desert mirror oasis thing that anyone's
make it-
heard of?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I think Gak would make a history check for that too, because his mom used to tell him stories.
Yep. So I would say everybody who's from Siri can make it with advantage. Everyone else can just make a regular history check.
Yantage. Oh. That's tough.
Okay, Enid.
Okay.
Gak Rian, I'd say that too. Enid, you remember stories that people have told about the Sea of the Dying? Not only does it get its name because of how vast and large it is and how treacherous and dangerous the climate and landscape is. Some people believe that the Sea of the Dying is not only home to some of the most dangerous creatures in the world. Some people believe that the sands themselves are alive, that the desert itself has a magical essence to it, and it tries to trick individuals, tries to lure people deeper and deeper into the sands.
Okay, and as she starts saying that, I assume like Gak and Rian probably are like, "Oh my gosh, you're right. I remember hearing that," or something, and just kind of fills in the rest of the party that this is probably some magical influence of the sand trying to keep us out here longer.
Is the direction that the illusion is towards the tornado?
No. It seems that the direction of the oasis at first stayed a little bit longer. But as you guys are not really going towards it, it seems to try to move in the direction you're going. But then it moves again when it's not in the direction you are following. Like you can tell that this, whatever is going on, it is trying to be like, come here.
Gotcha.
But all of you are not hallucinating. So you are not enticed by the desert to go towards this oasis. You continue on for another hour. You have about 2.5 more before sunset, before you need to rest, before you need to make camp. When you see about a mile to your left, a large cloud of dust and sand stringing from the land itself to the sky. All of you look over and notice that there is a sandstorm heading your way.
Crap.
And hold on.
Oh, spicy.
You notice that it started about a mile away, and it is traveling very fast. All of you try to get your mounts to go as fast as they can, 2 of them are very slow. I would like everyone to make perception checks to try to find nearby cover.
How quickly is it approaching?
I'd say last I said a mile. It's about 3/4 of the way there now.
Do you know how many minutes that took?
About 5.
Okay. Gak is gonna start ritual casting Leoman's tiny hut.
Okay. All right. As you start casting, you're on the back of the camel, right?
I'm on the
Or the relic
sloth.
sloth.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. As you're starting to ritually cast it, Gideon, with your natural 20,
Mhm.
Do you have goggles?
Sure. Why wouldn't he?
I feel like Gideon had goggles at some point. You place the goggles down. You can see off in the distance there is a destroyed, ruined cobblestone building, or not cobblestone, stone building that you can see through it. So it doesn't have windows, it doesn't have full cover, but you can see it has enough cover for you guys to hold out. But at this point, it's about 15 minutes away.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to endure some of the sandstorm. We just have to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Correct.
Who?
So- Go ahead.
I mean, Gideon would point that out to everyone. How close is the camel towards us? Because Gideon's also on the sloth.
The camel would be about 5 feet in front of you. All of you are kind of staying together.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Is the camel a medium-sized creature?
No. It is a large creature.
I know that the sloth was pretty tall. Am I within like 30 feet of the camel?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how this is gonna feel, but we gotta go. Gideon's gonna twin cast haste on the sloth and the camel.
Hell yeah. That's great.
They're like,
They're gonna be stunned after a minute, but we can go double time for a minute before losing 1 round. I think that's worth it.
Yeah.
okay.
I think so, yeah.
So
Fast
they
camel.
are now going at the same speed as the desert lizard. And the desert lizard isn't talking currently, obviously, but
So chunky.
you can see
Hypothetically, if he did.
he was ready for this moment. This whole time he's been keeping up with the camel and the relic sloth, and as the lizard just takes off. So all of you start taking off. You can start to hear. That's not it. Oh wait a minute. I know where it is.
This music is so good.
You can hear the wind getting closer and closer. As you rush with the sloth and the camel, you get very close. You get about, you were about 5 minutes away when the camel and the sloth, from exhaustion, just stand still. Do the rest of you continue on, or you do stay with the party?
Question.
Yes.
Can I vortex warp my entire sloth and us?
The sloth is not. It is a large creature.
Okay. Oh yeah, you said that. I apologize.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's on the precipice of huge.
Gotcha. Sorry about that.
I'm trying to think of what rushing forward may help with. Like, if we could, like, get to the, like, me and Basil, if we can get to that, like, stronghold before they get there, maybe we can help lead them there when the storm hits, like, following our voices, maybe? Especially if they can't see instead of getting lost. Because we still have to wait. By the time we get there, we still have to wait for Gak's spell to finish, right?
Gak's spell takes 11 minutes to cast.
Okay, yeah, so we got
So it'd
some
be
time.
cast before the storm arrives, but I don't know how
Okay.
quickly we would be to the ruin.
Okay, and can that fit the large creatures in there too?
No, it can only
No.
fit medium-sized or smaller. But if we
Okay.
get to the ruin, the creatures can be protected
Okay,
there.
cool. So yeah, let's go over there so that by the time the storm hits, we can help lead them over.
Yep.
So, the sloth and the camel are stunned, but Basil and Enid, I forget Basil. I know Basil's on the Sand Strider.
Mm-hmm.
What are you on, Enid?
Lizard.
The lizard. That's right.
Chunky.
You both go forward and get to the ruins. You can tell that the ruins are good enough of cover for you, although there are holes and you have to keep your head down. But luckily, Gak is preparing Lehman's tiny hut. Also, the sloth and all of these animals are acclimated to the weather and stuff like this, so they are not going to be affected as much as you guys would be.
Cool.
But you get there. Rian and Yursa, where are you guys at?
On the sloth.
On the
On the
camel.
sloth. Okay. Okay, cool. So
Sloth?
at this point,
Oh, sorry.
the sandstorm reaches all of you. And you hear a cacophony of sound. It is hard to hear each other. It is hard to see anything. Your vision is 5 feet in front of you. I would like those on the camel and the sloth to make perception checks with disadvantage. And yes, I turned it up for a reason.
Yeah.
Has it been out with Basil and Enid helping by like calling out?
So I would like both of you to make. What is a check here?
Roll for yelling.
Charisma. Roll charisma checks.
Okay. Just a charisma check. Okay. Can I try and deceive them instead? I'd like to add one of my psionic bolstered knack things. So add a D8 to that. But that
Are
was
we
good, Basil. That was
That's pretty
better.
good.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
go down the list and ask what people got. Rian.
Fat 9.
All right. Gak.
18.
Gideon.
11.
Yursa.
17.
Okay. Basil you got a what for charisma?
17.
And Enid?
15.
Okay. So, Yursa, you are able to slightly hear in the distance Basil and Enid yelling. You're on the camel. No, you're on the sloth. I keep forgetting. You start leading the sloth towards the sound. It is almost impossible to hear at this point, but you somehow hear this. And I'm so sorry. Gideon, you got a 11?
An 11, baby.
And then
Gak got
Rian, you got
18.
a 9?
Yeah.
But you both were on the camel. So, the two of you don't go in the...
Rian's on the camel.
I'm the only
Gideon's
one on the
by
camel.
himself.
Okay, so the sloth starts going in the right direction.
Oh no.
The camel starts going a little off course. And everybody inside of the sandstorm is going to take 3 points of slashing damage as the sand... Yeah, go ahead.
So, the Lehman's tiny hut would have been ready by now.
Yeah, I'll say that you're holding it.
Yeah, I was holding it because if with my 18, do I hear that like Basil and Enid are good where they are?
Yeah. Yeah, you even knew they were going ahead, so you would know that they're good.
I think Gak might yell,
Should I just cast it here and we hold out?
I can't tell how far we are, can I, John?
No.
I mean, if you can hear them over the sandstorm, they can't be that far away.
But I think what Nick's trying to say is like if Rian's deviating, but you guys are closer to Rian and we're fine, it might be better to try and collect Rian and get in the hut.
Do we know Rian's deviating?
No.
Or is he on his own? Yeah.
No.
I didn't know if a
you,
perception check could pick that up. I don't know. Because Yursa and Gak rolled at 18 to 17.
Yeah, I thought that we were right next to each other, so we would have seen that he was.
You were, but your vision is down to 5 feet.
Gotcha.
I'd say those perception checks were specifically for hearing Basil and Enid calling out.
Mhm.
You were hyper focused on listening for their voice. So go ahead and make perception checks, everyone who is on the sloth, to see if you could tell if Rian is deviating.
Also, I have a quick question, John. If Basil and Enid are good hunkered down, did we take 3 slashing damage?
No, you did
I'm
not.
sorry,
You're in
I
cover.
misunderstood. Okay, then I'll be
You're good. You're good.
Roll it flat or with disadvantage?
Disadvantage. Sorry.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh. I cut
Sorry,
a
I
nat
can't
20.
hear you in the sandstorm.
One of the things I was going to say is that when the sandstorm picked up, Rian was going to activate the Might of the Okunai just so there was that extra wind around him, maybe just to get him a little bit of a buffer from the winds of the sandstorm.
Okay. I'll say you'll take a D4 instead of a D6.
Hey, all right.
So what'd you get?
7, 14. 13.
Okay, 14.
I almost
Gak-
read the wrong number.
17.
Gideon.
Oh, 11.
Okay. Gak, you turn your head around and you can see Rian drifting to the right with the Okunai around him. You can tell that he is deviating from everyone. You can see Rian's hand is up, trying to see in front of him, but he cannot.
Okay. I think to Yursa and Gideon that are right there with him, Gak's going to say, Rian's going that way. Let's hop off and cast the thing and grab him. And
Everyone who's in
Yursa,
the sandstorm takes 1 point of damage.
Yursa, if you could tell the animals to go to the ruin.
Okay. Yursa will tell the animals to head straight towards the ruin, because I'm sure they can probably see at least better than us. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. She's going to hope and pray they can go that way. She'll point the direction.
I'm going to say this. They don't have blind sight. They still have eyeballs, and
Yeah.
those eyeballs are blind right now.
Okay, all right. Well, follow the
I
voice of
mean,
our friends.
They're
Yeah,
better
we could
prepared for the
still-
storm anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
We-
going to take as much damage. Or
Correct.
And-
any at all.
Enid and Basil won't know y'all's plans, so they'll still be calling
Right.
out, and then just
Yeah.
find your animals. Like with that, we're like,
Ugh.
Alternative plan. How far away? Because Gak points out that Rian's deviating, right?
Mm-hmm.
How far away is Rian and Camel?
About 20 feet.
I mean, I can twin vortex warp both of them closer to us, get them back on
The
track.
camels, can you vortex warp a large creature?
A camel's a large creature, really?
Yes.
Well, I can get Rian up here.
Well, I think Gak was about to hop off to just cast the hut.
What you doing?
So we can vortex
dice.
warp Rian to the hut.
Another 1 point of damage. Rolling like shit.
To the hut.
Make a call.
Yeah, Gak's hopping down and
Okay. Rian, you're past. How are you getting Rian to the hut?
vortex.
You're gonna vortex warp him in? Okay. Rian, you're on the back of the camel. Your hand is up. The wind is battering your face. You're trying to find your friends, and all of a sudden, vortex warped into a bubble, and you see the rest of your friends, and everyone inside of the hut. You can hear the bubble getting. You can hear this as the sand is kind of just ricocheting off the bubble. But all of you are inside the bubble.
Awesome. And it's
Basil and Enid. Sorry.
hey, we're over here.
You see a relic sloth walk up to you guys with no one on the back, and a camel as well.
No.
What I
So
was
we should have
about to
just kept going. God damn it.
What I was about to say was, it's not a concentration spell, so we could cast sending, and I think Gak was gonna send a message to Basil. and say, "We're in a dome. We're fine."
Definitely
This
do
is
that.
Gak.
While Basil receives that, Enid's like halfway getting ready to like get up and start looking for him.
Wait, they said that they're in a dome and that they're okay. I don't know. A dome. And Basil's gonna respond to Gak. Okay, be safe. Enid and I are fine and together. See you soon.
You're in a relationship. We get it.
We're fine and we're dating.
And we're together.
We couldn't be happier.
It's the Vegas sphere, dude.
Leoman's giant spear.
Okay. So, all of you, Enid and Basil, you sit underneath with the mounts underneath this stone building, while Gideon, Yrsa, Gak, and Rian sit in Leoman's tiny hut. You can start to even right now hear your ears ringing as the sandstorm continues on. But eventually, the sandstorm passes into the distance, disappearing entirely. You watch it pass by. The four of you inside of the hut watch as the last of the sand kind of trickles down. The sand itself right now is about like 60% up the bubble. So all you can see is out of the top. It's buried in sand right now.
Ooh.
The two of you that are in the stone building look out and you see...
A
Do they
bright
see the
blue.
bubble?
Yeah, it's opaque
Okay.
of any color you choose, so it's a bright blue bubble.
You see a bright blue bubble just out, like peeking out of the sand. Do you drop it?
I think Gak's gonna say, if I drop this, all the sand's gonna come falling in. So I know we can get out of it. Do you guys want to like climb out before I drop it so the sand doesn't like fall in on us?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I vote
Gideon
yes.
Starlight steps out.
He doesn't climb. He starlight steps.
No.
You're so
yeah.
fly.
Meanwhile,
Sand
Enid
on the
and
hands,
Basil
no
have,
thank
like,
you.
Sand in their hair.
Basil's
all
probably
over
like
them.
knocking on the little sphere and like trying to look in.
Well, Basil would be allowed to go in because it's like cast with all of his friends in mind, so Basil would fall into it.
So okay, she's not gonna push on it then. When she like pokes her head in. Hello? Is everyone okay? Oh, hi.
We are alive.
I guess Enid and I can start digging if
Look,
no
I
one
got
can
sand
think...
in places I don't want to think about. So if we could keep moving.
I think we're okay.
Okay. My love, they're about to have sand everywhere to the point of possible suffocation, so I think we can deal with it for just a little bit longer, my love.
I can climb out.
Are we not going to help them?
Big
I mean,
children,
I'm
they're
already
fine.
out. They'll be fine.
Yeah, Gideon just appeared in the desert.
Sorry, was I not a part of this conversation?
Is
Here's
it
how we'll
it's
find
literally
out.
just we've done worse than get out of a
Yeah,
sand
we
mound.
got it. Especially because the sand's not gonna move. The
All right, well,
the dome
fuck
is
you
a solid.
guys.
The dome is a solid thing,
I
so like the
appreciate
sand's
your
not
help.
falling or anything. It'll be good.
No, Basil's just nicer than Enid. Enid is sassy.
Okay. You get out of the bubble. You have passed over, or passed through, the sandstorm. You gather your things, you get back on your mounts, and continue on. You notice that the trip these past 8.5 hours that you've been walking. That tornado in the distance doesn't look like it's moved. You know you've made headway, but you have quite a track ahead of you. So, you all set up camp for the night, find yourself rest. It's hard to talk amongst each other currently on this night, as not above you, you can hear another sandstorm pass by, luckily missing all of you. But all of you long rest, and you wake up the next morning. Back onto the mountain.
We do watches. Also.
Yes. And there's no Rakshasa to come and kill you yet.
It better not be.
Maybe. It's always when we're expecting it.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
You gather your things, get back on the mount, and continue on. An hour, 2 hours. Rachel, roll a d6.
Is that a
apologize
good
if
one,
this number
Joe?
is bad.
Yeah, that one's okay. It would be better if Rachel hadn't yelled at me at the beginning of the session, but
Dang.
Kayla, go ahead and roll a d10.
I can do that yet.
nah, Rachel, that's a great number.
Okay. I'm super confident.
Oh, really good job, Kayla.
Bruh. Don't kiss my ass. I shout on my friend.
Continue on. Making your way through the desert again. Everyone make Constitution saving throws.
Constitution. Do we still get the +4?
Or advantage.
You do.
And advantage?
Yep.
Man.
Okay.
Got that.
Did I just roll 2 natural ones?
Oh, wait. You only rolled 1. Oh my god, you did roll 2 1s.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Holy hell.
Wow.
Did
That's
anybody
Ruffy McGuffy.
did anybody roll less than a 11?
Yes.
Ursa sure did.
Yeah.
I rolled
Sorry,
a
I'm
1
sorry,
and a
Kayla.
7, and I thought it was 2
It's
1s.
been a
Okay,
long
anybody
night
who's
for
rolled
her.
less than an 11
Yes.
Well,
takes
that's
1 point of exhaustion.
well, Gak,
Okay.
yours should be 14 because it's my aura.
Oh, plus the aura. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, so just yours.
Yours is a spring flower. This is too much heat for her.
True.
She's
1
like,
point of
I
exhaustion.
need water.
I also
Yeah.
hate the heat,
Quick.
so relatable.
Get some from the bag.
All right, thank
Another
you.
hour goes by. All of you can notice that Ursa is a little bit more slouched over than normal. Ursa, you're kind of wiping your face more than normal, and you're not hallucinating yet, but the heat is definitely getting to you.
Okay.
Let me see something.
She looks like a wilted flower at this point.
No.
The next couple hours, uneventful, but the heat is exhausting. It is nothing you've ever felt before. Some of you find yourself removing bits and pieces of your armor as it is just too hot. The metal itself heating up from the sun. It's starting to almost singe your skin. Rian, with some of your armor, even having to take some of the water and douse the armor, and you hear a as you put the water on the armor to cool it down. You continue on.
Gosh, does no one out here fight with armor on? What do they use?
Typically, heavy armors aren't practical out here. Battles can last for a long time if you die from the sun first. Doesn't matter how good your sword arm is.
Fair.
Luckily, this stuff is light as a feather. No problem.
Nothing grows out here. Yursa says as she slumps on the sloth.
That's not true, Yessa. There are plenty of desert plants. They just aren't as easily visible as maybe ours are.
A lot of
And they're all spiky.
yeah, the cacti that grow out here are very nice. The juice they have inside is quite delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It'll quench you.
Like a
snake or
camel.
something?
Oh,
Speaking of,
So quenchiest.
as you are walking through the desert, you do see on your left, it looks like cacti protruding from the sand.
Is this the moment?
Nobody drink that.
wait.
I was
Don't
joking.
do
I
it.
was gonna say I
Don't
need
do
to
it.
investigate it
There's
first.
nothing
if
to
anybody...
drink. It's a plant.
No, there's juice on the inside. You
How do you know?
Just like camels.
Show me.
Aren't you both from here?
There are books
Not
that you
from the
can read.
desert.
There are books that you can read.
Well, I also grew up here.
Are you
Don't
passing
worry,
by
Enid.
them,
I had
or-
never heard of the tides. You've never heard of cacti. It's nothing weird.
It's not that. No, I didn't know there was watering.
We are
cacti.
not
Heard of it.
stopping at the cacti. Our mission is too important.
Aw.
Maybe on the way back.
okay. Goodbye, cacti.
What if it?
You'll be missed.
Bars.
Yursa
Okay.
flops onto the sloth.
You want me to drive?
No, I am still capable.
But do you want me to?
Okay, you may.
Oh,
Who the hell said that?
It's the sloth.
I disintegrate the Rakshasa.
I don't know why that happened. Sorry.
You continue on.
I think Gak's gonna ask Basil if she wants to switch, so Basil can get on the sloth, and then he's going to hop down from it. And when he walks over to Basil, he's gonna say,
Can you do the create water thing, but like make it mist onto Yursa?
John?
Yeah, I mean, you're a
Um,
level what? What are you guys? 11,
11.
12? Yeah, you're a level 11 cleric. You can make mist from water.
John said we're level 12. Everyone level up after
Actually,
this session.
honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. Once you start casting the spell, it probably just turns to mist.
Oh, so maybe I should be in the front and just like fan my hands.
Yeah, if you
back
just,
to
if you just start,
everybody.
it just starts coming out of your hands. It turns immediately into mist and steam, and just like it's like at those
That's
theme
so
parks, you know, where
funny.
you stand
Yeah.
underneath the
Yeah.
fan with the mist.
"You have to mist
That's
a wilting
amazing.
flower."
You're
Yeah.
such an expert gardener, Basil.
She is.
Thank you.
He literally is.
So now Gak's
now
on
that
the bug.
yeah, Gak's on the bug. Enid will ride on over to Gak and be like, you know, it'd be a funny prank
What?
to come back with some of that cactus juice.
I swear to God.
I don't know if what would be funny about it.
Because they were all so worried about it. Doesn't it make you want to do it more?
Not really, no.
Damn.
Yeah, Gak!
All right. It would be funny though.
Yeah.
It'd make
well,
me
yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
I will say at this point, you guys have
Want
taken
to
a
do
little
what
bit.
I want to do.
You guys have taken a little bit of a stop to you know, hydrate the mounts, and kind of, I guess you're changing, right? Gak, you're getting on the Sand Strider, and Basil, you're getting on the Sloth.
You're
Okay.
so kind, Basil. I cherish
And
every
I'm
moment of
misting
you.
everybody.
So as you finish up and get back on your mounts, you hear wind. Followed by a different sound. This low rumbling. as all of you look around, and in the distance, those with a passive perception higher than 16 can see the sand moving. This bulge rises to the surface, still sand, circular in shape. Then you hear the sound.
Well,
All of
that's
you.
just great.
At that moment, you see the ground explode. And in front of you, this large, bulbous creature emerges from the sands. You watch the sand rise almost in an explosion in the air and trickle down like rain as it hits your face about 10 feet in front of you, towering about 25 feet in the air. This large purple worm emerges, opening its mouth. You see this creature
No vision.
in front of you. This creature in front of you.
Ah! No! Ah!
As the creature bears down towards all of you, its rock boulder-like teeth open as all of you brace for impact. One of the many dangerous creatures that live within the Sea of the Dying. That is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Yeah, well, we killed one of you fuckers already, so it's not even a big deal. I'm not even scared, even though you're a lot bigger than the other ones.
Man, Siri sucks.
Yeah, you see why I left. It definitely wasn't because
Yeah,
my
I do.
wife and daughter got murdered. It was...
At least the government likes us.
Do they?
I don't know if they do.
I'll take my chances with the government.
Oh, yeah, here,
They
let's...
can be bought or negotiated with.
I got stabbed here. I don't like this place.
That never would have happened in Eldon.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, no. Never. You can't say that because Gideon got a dagger thrown at him by Mephistopheles. So, and that happened in Eldon.
That was Dio's fault.
Okay, yeah. Well, thanks, Furby Overlord. Yeah, I just want everybody to know John's a hack. He was bought and sold for $10. $10.
Damn.
We'll put this fucking worm in front of us.
Wait, what?
No, I'm
Oh,
sure
I
John
didn't
had it
get-
planned
So-
beforehand.
I mean, it was on the list of random encounters. I'll tell you that right now.
Hell yeah.
But
Oh,
this is
it was
definitely
Mrs.
Furby
Basil's fault.
Overlord's. This is definitely Furby Overlord's doing for sure. He said, I forget what it was. And I said, I can do a purple worm.
He said
do
a
it.
crate dragon.
Yeah,
Oh, yep.
from Star War. And I said, I'll do anything for bits. And then he donated 1,000 bits. So you
Oh,
have
yeah.
a purple worm now.
Well, thank
That's
you for
fine. We got
donating.
this.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Hope no one dies over $10.
Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you, you son of a bitch.
Oh, 500 more bits.
It's just business. Thanks, Furby.
You ain't wrong.
Well, if someone dies over $15, that's better.
Yeah, that's
That's
better.
better
I
than
can live with
That's
that.
worth the character change.
That's
That's rounding
you know.
up to 20, basically. Yeah.
Am I the only one attached? What's happening?
$15 can pay for part of a new art commission. It's fine.
60 more
Good.
bits.
We need to end this
All right,
stream
give me it all. Give me everything. Give me everything.
before we're all dead.
No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much, Furby.
Hey, 1,000 more bits, I'll throw another worm in there.
No, stop!
Shut
Thanks for
up!
watching, everybody. End the stream. End it, Joe. End the stream.
Check out the other
not talking about that.
Thanks for watching. watching. Appreciates cheers. Yeah, have a great night.
Goodbye.
Tuesday,
Bye.
Wednesday, Saturday.
Oh, wait, no, it's Sunday this week for Isles because it's Sunday this week for Isles because we have something going on Saturday, Tuesday for Salamander Coast. This Sunday, there's also going to be a video posted on the channel by Mark. It's a great video. It's about the point of no return. It's really awesome. And that's it. So thanks for watching and
Have a great night. Bye.
Oh,
I
my
was just
God.
about to
Go
hit
back.
end stream.
Go back.
Go back in.
I went back in.
Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you.
I'm ending it now. Thanks, Furby. Bye.